If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. We've helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-278-0630 now. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-278-0630. That's 800-278-0630. Again, 800-278-0630.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable, even if your clients move to another state. The program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940 or online, lundmortgage.com.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257 CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Mornings are better with Wake Up Call with Tony and Ron. Weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room. And look, Ralph from Harmon Solar has joined us. Now we're a full team now, you know, like Florida and a back tattoo. Hey, listen, you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And he just was begging to be on the air today. Begging. Ralph.
Begging. I wouldn't call it that.
Begging to be on because the Dodgers finally have reached that 10 games ahead of everybody else in the West. And so he just wanted to get in here and gloat some. So,
you know, that's not even the reason. The reason was all the garbage that you three have been talking for the last couple of days about me. So
about you. Well, yeah, that's fair. But we didn't say anything about the Dodgers. I mean,
Oh, well, yeah.
All we were talking about was the thing we've learned most about Ralph is that you don't need to have a pool to have a pool boy. And that right there, I think, was probably the biggest education we've received so far from Ralph. But listen, you'll have plenty of time to crow about the Dodgers, I guess. It's not over yet, Ralph. He's out there on the Twitter and he's typing away and he's bragging on his Dodgers, saying, all you haters out there. I don't remember us hating. All we ever say is the truth, which is if the Dodgers achieve what Ralph has predicted, he'll be insufferable. Well, anybody suffering? We all are.
Well, hopefully Big George is suffering because he said a lot too. So
I'm sure Big George will be along shortly, Ralph. But listen, the thing I keep saying to you, and it gets ignored, it's not over yet. There's no guarantee this season is going to end with the Dodgers being 10 games ahead of everybody. Right now, you can have a little fun and gloat, like day one of the NBA season when you say that the Lakers are going to do something. And then after that, it all becomes reality. But so same thing for your Dodgers right now. And listen, you're probably going to win the West. Probably going to happen.
Probably.
It's probably going to happen. And nobody is denying that. But
anymore.
All I can hope is you don't get what you want.
Now, wait a minute. You say anymore and all this other business.
Yes.
Keon, would you go ahead and read what my prediction was for the baseball season? Just go ahead and read that out loud.
Oh, I've got it right here.
Into your microphone. What did I say? What did Randy White say on this very radio program about
the Yankees MLB would win the World Series?
No, I did not say.
You did. I got it right here.
Go ahead. Say that.
No, first off,
it's right here.
Go ahead, Keon. Go ahead.
Didn't Randy pick the Mariners? But
he
also
got the Yankees.
Which thing about
in the NL West?
Stand by.
In the NL
Ralph
West
from Harmon Solar said the Yankees would win the World Series. Randy said the Mariners. Oh, the Mariners.
The Mariners. My handwriting. But who did I say would win the NL West? Go ahead. Read it out loud. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't write that down.
I don't know if I have that one written down.
I said the Dodgers would win the damn NL West. Is what I said.
You did say that. I don't know if I wrote that down.
I don't recall that.
I usually write down the bet stuff.
You never recall the good things that I say, Ralph. You always want to pick on the bet, and I don't know what I've done to you. I fed you, good food. I've invited you over to my domicile. There not many people get inside the compound here, but you came over, even though Pippi No Stockings did not want to come that night over to my domicile. But that's okay.
Really seen enough of Ralph eating.
I'll give her the pass on that one. Yeah.
So we didn't write that one down, Randy, but you and I guess, are on the same page when it comes to Shohei Ohtani being the American League MVP. Ralph put down Judge. How does that taste? That ain't gonna happen. So did Keon. By the way, I don't understand. What is your beef with Keon anyway? You seem to have a beef. I know that the Berg has a beef with Keon.
I know what I said, and I'm waiting to see what thing Ralph is going to say that I said that isn't 100% true.
You still don't understand the whole NFC West thing. And it just doesn't get into your brain.
Maybe
compute.
Maybe we just do it differently in the NFC East.
No,
your divisional rival is your divisional rival.
No, they were moved into the division.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to give them up.
You can't. Would you just give up your girlfriend if something else came along?
Well, no, but that's not my team.
She's not your team.
That's not my team. So I'll give you an example. Once upon a time, when I was a child, I rooted for the New York Yankees. The Washington Nationals did not exist in Washington, D.C. yet, and my grandma lived in Brooklyn, and Yankee games were on all the time. Then D.C. got a team. Not only do I no longer root for the New York Yankees, I root against the New York Yankees. They're not my team anymore. I gave them up.
What you have to understand, Keon, is that Ralph is a bandwagoning whore. And he will take any team that looks like it'll get him there where he can gloat. You're going to have to
Yankees pop up in the World Series. And even though I rooted for them as a kid, I'm not going to show up with a Yankees hat. I'm not going to show up in a pinstripe jersey. It's not happening.
I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles. My first football games that my dad, which never took me to anything, actually took me to a football game, was the Ram game when John Hadel and Roman Gabriel were quarterbacks. So the Rams have
those days.
Yeah, remember those days at the Coliseum? So the Rams have a special place in my heart,
right?
Because that was my first team until they moved to Anaheim.
So what this means is Ralph is just disloyal. He's not a whore. He's just disloyal. Wait, I guess he is a whore. What is going on, Ralph? Why didn't you stick with your team?
Because they moved to Anaheim.
You don't like Disneyland?
No one in LA likes Anaheim. It's like NorCal, SoCal, LA, Anaheim. It's a big fight. Mm-hmm. So when they did that, we all dropped the Rams and we started pulling for somebody else. So I picked up Seattle in 1976 and started following them. And so they just evolved into them being a Seattle fan the whole way through. But I still have a place in my heart for the Rams because of what they meant growing up.
So and there's one Seattle, and there's one Seattle, Ralph. Is it because you like damp hippies?
I do like damp hippies. They smell a certain way.
That patchouli oil when it gets moldy.
I spent time up in Seattle my teen years, and I like it up there. It's just a great. Well, I used to like it until it turned into hell. But
All I'm saying is it's okay for there to be a soft spot in your heart for a team. There is no place on your head and there is no place on your body for a team in your division that is your rival. There just isn't.
That's fair. I mean, because once you have said, this is my team, whoever your team was before, or for Ralph soon after, you need to pick one is what he's saying. It's hard to take somebody seriously in the world of sports when they just follow whoever the winner happens.
So I did. I picked Seattle. Now, when Seattle, especially when they play LA, I pull for Seattle. The reason I was pulling for LA in the Super Bowl was because of history. So I'm not going to pull against them, and therefore I have old jerseys like Jack Youngblood and stuff from back in the day.
But not adorning, and then
you had a Rams hat on. This is the first thing I ever saw on you. Was not Seahawks stuff. It was Rams stuff.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You have
first thing ever?
Yes.
Well, and that's the other thing.
Even
about
that
Ralph.
One night, I was wearing that.
Ralph will just eventually deny everything anyway.
I don't remember wearing that. Yeah. But anyway, that's the story behind it to give you some education on it.
I mean, I understand the story behind it, but man.
Well, here's where this is going to get interesting. Later, we're going to talk about where Complex ranks all the starting quarterbacks in the NFL. And, I'm sure what Ralph has to say about Geno Smith is going to be on brand. And the rest of us will have a grown-up conversation about it. Wow. 888-368-1580. Let's go to the text line. And Baker's Cocky Hen says, I can't believe they're doing another free money day. Wainwright getting another start after allowing 9 runs in the first inning last start. So many good bets to capitalize on today. I recommend the first 3 innings over and the first 5 over. I don't know what he's talking. Is he talking about the
Adam Wainwright pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals again?
If you want to call it pitching. Yeah.
Well, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Look, he stayed a year too long. He should have signed the retirement paperwork last fall.
Fifth letter says, Ralph is lying to you guys. Real LA Ram fans stayed LA Ram fans.
Absolutely not true.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't there. I can't tell you that, but
fifth letter is wrong.
I don't know who to believe, so I'm just going to let it go.
You were not fifth letter. You were not pulling for them in St. Louis. That's BS.
Blissful Hayes says, welcome to the Friday show, Ralph. And Bruno Baller says,
what's going on?
I don't know. He's stupid. Bruno Baller says, Keon, when you lived in D.C. before the Nationals arrived, were they showing Baltimore Orioles games? I would think those would be like the local team.
Yeah. Should have been.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, we went up to New York for the summer because that's where my grandma lived.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I wasn't in D.C. at the time.
And you were in Brooklyn too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it was Bronx Bombers all the time.
Big George says, living in Southern California right now, Ralph is the only idiot I know who has that stupid rule about not rooting for a team because they're in Orange County. There are a lot of Angels fans in Anaheim and Ducks fans throughout Southern California, regardless of which county they are located in, Ralph.
So first of all, I object. with his statement as a lawyer.
No, and this is not a court proceeding. You
I still want to
it's
object.
more like a meeting. You have to say point of order.
A point of order?
Please refer to your Rogers books of order and rules so we can have this proper meeting.
So
but go ahead, Ralph.
How about point of stupidity? Because I was born and raised in LA.
Oh,
and we absolutely hate, as a Dodger fan, you hate the Angels. You hate anything to do with Orange County. You're a King fan. You're a Dodger fan. You hate the Ducks. You hate the Angels. That's just how it goes. So when the Rams moved to Anaheim, we were livid that happened. We hate the Anaheim. We hate anything to do with Anaheim. So he's wrong. 100% wrong.
Big George also says, crap, what the hell is Ralph doing on the show today? It's a Thursday and he's wearing a Dodgers hat. We don't need to hear all this pro-Dodger BS on this fine Phoenix radio station. Are you kidding me? We hear all sorts of nonsense on this. I'm not going to stop Ralph. It's just we're going to A, stick up for our Arizona Diamondbacks, and B, not let him get away with this crazy crap he says all the time. You know?
Crazy truth. I get it. I understand.
Well, today it's the truth. Let's see how this season
ends. Always
the
truth.
Ralph, we will give you your flowers if you are right, but it's not the end of the season yet. Okay? So we're going to wait until then and hope the hell you don't get what you want. Fifth letter says, hey, I'm a Raider fan. My pops is an OG Rams fan. So is half my family. They were all pissed when they left, but hey, stayed loyal to the St. Louis Ram fan. So again, real LA Southern California fans stay loyal. Come on, Ralph.
Sorry, not true. Another point of stupidity.
Baker's cocky hen says, why should anybody stay loyal to a team? You know, when do we decide it's okay to change teams? Do they have to sign Deshaun Watson kind of thing?
That would be my line.
Yeah, you know, here's one of the things. Nobody gives a damn, but just, you know, I mean, it's just fun to call each other out on these sorts of things. You know, I mean, I'm sitting here looking at dumb stuff the Colts are doing, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can take much more of this. And I have choices. Why? Because when I chose the Colts as a child, there were no teams here in Arizona where I happened to be. And so when, you know, the Cardinals came, I had an option. You know, there's certain things in your life that give you the option. Moving, let's say you lived in LA like Ralph did, and if he moved to Arizona, good option for him would have been to become an Arizona Cardinals fan. And don't make that face. I'm just saying on a basis of theory, Ralph.
That's some bad theory, but go ahead.
Don't have to make that. Randy can see you anyway. So. So there are certain circumstances that I think that are easy for you to say, okay, yes, changing teams for you makes sense. There's also moments of frustration and with a certain team where you're like, I just can't do this anymore. And when you divorce a team, my biggest suggestion has always been don't. But if you have to, if you just can't take it, I say you pick a team that sucks. You go in when they suck, so you aren't accused of what Ralph is, a bandwagoner. You know, you go in when they suck, then nobody can have anything to say about, you're just chasing rings and trophies and fake stuff to put on your wall like Ralph does.
When Randy's done, I want to respond to that.
I'll say this about Ralph and his integrity about choosing the Seattle bitch pigeons. When he chose to become a Seattle fan, what did you say? 1970 what?
76.
76. They were the laughing stock of the NFL.
It was our first year.
Nobody loved, liked, voted for except the people of Seattle themselves, and they were miserable.
Well, that's respect then. Then respect to Ralph for going with the Seahawks when they sucked almost, the second most. Right now, I think they're going to suck the most. But back then, when they sucked the most.
Back then, they won 2 games. I think they're going to win more than 2 this year.
I will say this. I'm
just jerking with him.
I have mad respect for him leaving the Rams behind and going because in that time,
sort of.
The Rams won more Super Bowls than the Sea Chickens did.
They did. They won in St. Louis,
and he
did not celebrate that.
And he stuck with the Sea Chickens, even though he broke out that terrible Rams gear when they were in the Super Bowl just a couple seasons back.
But what did I break out? I broke out a Jack Youngblood jersey.
Sure, and that was cool history because you've been around with your team since the 1950s. But Bruno Baller, thank you for that update. Sorry, got distracted. He says looks like the NFL Network's going to be broadcasting the Colts Bears game on Saturday. That makes it easy for me. Thanks, man. I appreciate the heads up on that. Is it live or is it just a replay? You know how they do that? They just replay the preseason game.
I think it's a replay.
Hey, where's your Jim Zorn jersey, Ralph?
I do have a Jim Zorn and a Largent.
You are kidding me.
I have a Largent.
Well, Largent's a Hall of Fame.
Kind of looks a little
the Zorn thing. The Zorn thing is what I'm zeroing.
I love Jim Zorn, Dave Craig.
Real man would wear that Largent cutoff on live.
I used to wear it when I was young, but now it just looks like you're putting a blanket over a cow or something. It just doesn't look right.
We're going to have to cut it off him. Watermelon says, based on what Ralph is saying, the Raiders would have lost regained fans every time they went from Oakland to LA, back to Oakland, back to now to Vegas. If you're a fan of a franchise, you're a fan of the franchise, unless, of course, you're a bandwagon fan. Listen, it's all fun to insult Ralph, and I'm not saying stop. But, I think in the common sense of this is there are situations where you do get a choice. And Ralph technically was in that situation. He didn't have to give up on them because they went to Anaheim. I thought that was a weak sauce reason to ditch out. I think it is. That's just my opinion.
But you're not from LA.
It doesn't matter. Well, yeah, I know because I can.
You were born on a ranch somewhere.
I'm proud I'm not from LA. Damn it!
I know. We actually can piece sentences together one after another without dude or Pro Dog says Randy. You have a very respectful insight when talking about NFC West Division rivals. I appreciate that. As a Seahawks fan, I really hate the 49ers, the Rams just below that. I haven't had any dislike for the Cardinals, and I did root for them against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. However, I would never wear their gear.
Yeah.
Good man, Pro Dog. Good man.
Yeah.
Mr. Pringle is glad that Ralph is back on. I'm not calling him Royal Ralph. I'm just not going to read it when you type it because I'm not. Those words are not going to come out of my mouth.
They really
should. Me explaining to you why I'm not going to.
Kind of think they just did.
How about when I'm wearing a crown next weekend? Are you going to call me king or?
I'll crown you. Pinocchio says, "Doesn't Ralph mean a washcloth over a cow, not a blanket?"
Yeah, probably that's better.
Bruno Baller says, "Oh, I read that. Thank you, Bruno." Rectinator. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Also, CBS Sports says the NFL Network does have the game live. So,
cool. Live is good. Rectinator, seriously. By the way, you're not spelling Ralph correctly, but I do appreciate the spelling. Fifth letter. Thank you for that. He says, all BS aside, he says, go Trojans and go Lakers.
Amen. It's a great time to be an LA fan, isn't it? It's just a great time to be an LA fan. Dodgers playing great, Lakers playing great, SC going to fight for national championship. Just a great time.
Well, as far as the Dodgers and Lakers, hey, everybody, enjoy us overpaying for everything and getting nothing out of it. That's what I'm looking forward to.
You talking about the Suns or?
It's the first time we've actually been able to afford this. Shut up. Heavy Metal Maniac says, question for Ralph.
Yeah.
Was he a Rams fan? When they were in St. Louis, did you lose your loyalty to that team? And when they came back, you reestablished your loyalty to the Rams. Besides, you like the Seahawks. I'm very confused by all this.
No, I was not. When they went to St. Louis, I stopped following them. When they were in the Super Bowl for St. Louis, I did not pull for them. I did like Kurt Warner because I just like him as a person. Even as a Cardinal, I was pulling for him, but I was not pulling for the Rams in St. Louis at all.
It is hard not to.
No, you can't. You have to pull for that guy. That guy's a great guy.
Can somebody get word to him, dude? Shave off the beard. You're not that old. You're younger than me, and with that, the whole too much. Pull it back, Kurt.
His wife shaves more than he does. So
that's true. What? Bruno Baller says, will Keon have a college football dance party next Friday for week 0? No. I mean, he probably wants to, but I refuse to acknowledge week 0.
I didn't even bother.
Yeah.
I knew the answer was no.
I mean, if he just sort of jumps in and has a few things to say about a game that is going to happen, I'll go get a drink and everybody will be happy. But there'll be no dance party. Not in week 0 because we don't acknowledge week 0. And it's a dumb thing. Randy, turn off the music. We're not doing this.
Sorry.
We're not. No, it's not.
I thought you called for the dance party. I was ready to go.
There'll be no
I mean, I blew the dust off the old disco ball here. I was ready to go. I mean,
listen, hey, you got to take a break. You can dust off your disco balls then. Right now, we're running. We're behind. So let's take care of this and come back. I tried last week to give some positivity to the show, and it just made Randy mad. This week, I think I've got a positive sports story that even Randy can't get upset with. So come on back, everybody. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
Major League Baseball, the Arizona Diamondbacks are in San Diego tonight, starting a 4-game series with the Padres. Zach Gallen will get the start tonight for Arizona, while Rich Hill will counter for San Diego. The Padres plus a run and a half, minus 184 on the run line, while Arizona minus a run and a half, plus 152. On the money line, the Diamondbacks minus 108, San Diego also minus 108, with an over-under at Petco Park at 8.5. The Dodgers, who have won 10 in a row, hosting Milwaukee. Los Angeles minus 148 on the money line. The Brewers plus 126 with an over-under of 8.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Staples has big savings on everything you need for back to school or stocking up the office. Save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples Print and Marketing Services. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, tech, and travel-size personal items. Plus, save on all your school essentials, from notebooks to markers. Now at Staples, you can save even more with $20 back in rewards on your in-store purchase of $50 or more. Get everything for the office and the classroom for less at Staples. Ends 8/19. Redeemable in-store only. Rewards members only.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
There are many questions to be answered for the Arizona Cardinals this preseason. Who will lead the Redbirds at quarterback when the season starts?
Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate.
How well does this team adapt to a new offensive scheme? How will the new faces contribute to helping this team compete?
Everybody working.
When it comes to Arizona Cardinals training camp,
Here we go.
we talk about it. Your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl 58. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We are 1 week and 1 day away from our big fun party thing over there at the Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. Yep, we got 3 hours of Daily Blender fun broadcasting live from the Dave & Buster's, and then at 7 o'clock we're going to go ahead and draft all the Daily Blender fantasy football leagues right there. So that is always a good time. They'll be drinking, they'll be eating, they'll be funning, and of course, I'm sure a drunk boogie will be nearby, and that is always worth the price of admission and entertainment. So if you know, there's still a chance if you want to play some fantasy football with us. We're starting up another league, so we can put you in there, no problem. So send me an email and say, hey, I want to play fantasy football. Send it to this address that Randy is about to hit play on. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. I just like that little rest that I get when he plays that. Let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Navy Brad says, I have the jerseys for the Purple People Eaters. Well, yeah, we know that because you're a Vikings fan. Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey, did you guys ever play me yelling ice cold beer on the radio? Yeah, we did. We right when you texted one of these times. You didn't hear it? Here, Randy, go ahead and here, but I am going to, before we play.
Ice cold beer.
I thought there was more to it than that.
Ice cold beer here. Ice cold beer.
Yeah. So were you kind of holding back because you were in your house and you didn't want anybody freaking out, or because we feel like you could have probably come with more? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel he's saying, I'm curious if you guys ever played it because I never heard it and I don't like the way I did it anyways. I wish I could have done it better. Heavy Metal Maniac, I just want you to understand.
Why didn't you do it better?
Right. You could always have erased it and try it a second time. You are not bound by law to send the first attempt. So we enjoy this. We like to play it when we read your text, but if you can come up with a better one, by God, send it in, get it right. I mean, we show everybody how good you are at eliciting money for beer. That sounded like something gross, didn't it? That is.
A little bit. Ice cold beer here. Ice cold beer.
Bruno Baller says next Friday you're only on air till 6 o'clock, or does yeah. I mean, we're stopping at 6. Why does everybody want such long damn shows from us? Sparky, nobody said that. Cowboy Sparky, nobody said what you want me to say out loud. Well, you know what? He's not allowed to do it anyways. Did somebody say disco ball and pina colada? Nobody said that but you, and that does not work anymore. Erectinator, swear to God, I'm not reading your texts if they're all nasty and mean about Ralph.
And I can't see them if you think I can, so
it's like, Jeffrey's
he probably thinks I can see him. I just can't.
Jeffrey's the only one looking at text.
Yeah.
So if he's not going to read it, we'll never know what you said. Shouting to avoid
an amazing. Just if you scroll from all of this would break you, Ralph. This would break any man.
Well, at least I've got space in his head. That's good.
Walter Mellon says, do it live, heavy. It'll be more authentic. What do you mean authentic?
Ice cold beer here. Ice cold beer.
He's calling heavy instead of Heavy Metal Maniac. He's just calling him by his first name, Heavy.
Oh, I see. Whopper says, does Heavy Metal Maniac live in his mom's basement? No, he lives in your mom's basement. Okay, that didn't help him, did it? That didn't work. No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Walter Mellon says, why don't you record yourself at work? Listen, not everybody is immediately comfortable with the microphone, and Heavy Metal Maniac is sitting there and kind of like, all right, I'm going to record this. He's never done it before. So, maybe he needs another take, or have somebody else record him doing it so he can just belt it out, Heavy Metal Maniac style, the way he does out there at the park.
It's cold beer.
That ain't bad. It's better than a lot of you guys could do, but I have a feeling he's got a lot more in him. Pro Dog says, well, I was a Vikings fan when I was a kid. I switched to the Seahawks after the Herschel Walker trade. I would never wear Vikings gear again.
Interesting.
Is it? 888-368-1580. All right. So are you ready for the very nice, positive sports story? And Randy, could you just try not to crap all over it this time?
Sure. I don't recall what I crapped on the last time.
Yeah, this kid got to sign a contract.
Oh, that's right.
You know what? Savannah Bananas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you got upset about it because you're like, he should have signed with the Red Sox or something else.
Or some actual Major League.
Yeah, just like, hey, it's his Make-A-Wish. So hopefully I can talk about this. I feel like I found one even Randy wouldn't mess with. Even Randy can't find a reason to get upset.
Go ahead, hit me. I'm ready.
All right, so UCF, that is the University of Central Florida, offensive lineman Lokai Pau. He's Hawaiian, and he's a native, and he's decided he's going to donate a big portion of NIL money to Maui wildfire relief, and he's getting a bunch of other players together, and a bunch of them are, donating their NIL money to Maui wildlife relief. That's a really cool thing for him to do. It's very positive. He says, I'm from Oahu. I don't have any immediate family over in Maui, but it's Hawaii. We feel connected over there. We're a family. So he's getting as many guys together to try to put some money at this.
So what does this tell us?
Oh God. It's a positive story, Randy.
What does this tell us, ladies and gentlemen? Let me Let me go before the court of the listeners right now. What does this tell us?
I should have just known.
That NIL money is a fraud. It
How
is
is it a
nothing more
fraud?
than a damn money grab. If this guy needed the damn money so bad, he's this quote unquote poor collegiate athlete that gets absolutely nothing in return for his services, and he's going to give them to Hawaii.
Well, he said a portion, Randy.
And also he didn't. First off, the NIL, even if they had money, if you
gotta
work
be
for
kidding
something,
me. This is the
no.
worst thing
If you
Never
know,
heard of in my entire life.
if you,
nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh, people are
What?
giving you money to play football, and you're going to give that money you're going to give to the people of Maui.
1,000 people have died
and lost their homes. Yes, and also
there's 1,000 unaccounted for, which means there's 1,000 people dead.
Wow.
You know what? When somebody gives from the money they make, it's like a living, and they go out and they work for it, and they make this money and they donate to Maui. Now we're talking about
But
something.
they are working
But this
for it.
guy sits in some highfalutin athletic facility,
Highfalutin dorm?
and
Central
George,
Florida.
John Stevens,
The
Pontiac
highfalutin facilities
writes him
of Central
100 grand.
Florida.
Living the high life in
You
Florida.
know what's
100 grand,
crazy?
And he said, "Oh, you know what? Thank you
Why-
for this NIL money. Let me go ahead and pass it on to the good people."
The NIL money is a fraction of a
give me a
fraction of a
break.
fraction of a fraction of
Give
what
me
the
a break.
university is making.
Oh,
A
my
kid
God.
took that money
We're not
and said,
talking-
"I'm sending it to
why
Hawaii."
doesn't the university?
That's
go
why
ahead
I'm
and
shocked you didn't go
pen out
there
a
first.
check to the
You're
to
gonna go
good
after the
people
kid?
of Maui. Oh, this guy! You want to make him a
What?
noble giant because he's passing out money he didn't earn.
He did earn it.
What's
It's his
happened to
name,
him?
it's his image, it's his likeness.
When
And
did
if he
this
didn't,
happen?
if he didn't get the
people who
money,
tied.
Oh my God!
it's absolutely his.
Hey, I'm Cal Worthington. I'll stand on my hat or eat a bug to sell you a car, and I'm going to pay him out $1,000 check to old what's his name here, so he could just pass it on to the good
If
people of Maui.
if he wasn't good enough at
You know what I
football
say?
to
Cut
make
out
the
the
money,
middleman.
he
That's what I
wouldn't
say.
have
He
the
can
money.
do the hell he wants with his own
Just
money.
go ahead and cut
But
out
you're-
the middleman.
You're not going to sit here and act like that
Cal
dude did not
Worthington
earn that
of
money.
Cal Worthington Dodge, pen out a check and send it over there instead of sending it over to this guy at UCF.
Are you going to seriously act like the dude did not earn his money
Cal
for being
Pennington
good
from
enough
Cal
at
Pennington
football?
Dodge.
Are
Can't
you-
pronounce no guy Haul.
What the?
Please.
He's not giving his money to that one.
Please.
Oh God, I can't pronounce this in the commercial. You got somebody else, maybe American.
Cal Worthington's dead.
Pennington,
Yeah, you know what
Worthington,
killed him?
Someone.
You know what killed him? And his
NIL.
college football player just gave away his good hard-earned money.
I don't
to
think
the
that that's
people of
what killed
Maui.
him.
Damn, Randy.
Well, I tried. I
Damn.
tried to give you a positive
You know
sports
what,
story.
don't-
Somebody
don't
who's
bring this
that-
crap.
donating
That's not
his
positive.
money.
That was a reach. That was such a reach.
Says I took some of my NIL money and I donated it back to them.
He took some of it.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, he needs to eat.
Oh, he's not getting enough on his free food voucher from the university. Okay.
That he's earning because he goes
Okay,
there.
yeah. And number two, this is a Hawaiian. He needs every penny of the free food voucher. You seen the size of these guys? That's why he's playing. Man,
Wish you guys would bring some real, actual positive news in here.
I felt like this one was going to be
This
okay.
kid wants to be a pro ball player, and he signs with the Savannah
Well,
Bananas.
No,
Give me
not
a
this
break.
guy.
What's wrong with that?
And now this guy.
we don't know what's wrong with
this
that.
guy. This
Ralph, we have no idea
UCF
what's wrong with that
guy.
one.
He said, you know what? If you wanted to do something for your home state of Hawaii, why didn't you stay with the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors in Hawaii, Jack?
Why don't Savannah Bananas go to the pros afterwards?
Yeah, the Savannah Bananas just seemed like an awful lot of fun, and I don't blame
Yeah.
that kid for wanting to be on that team.
It's like being on the Globetrotters before you go to the NBA.
That's exactly what I said last week, Ralph.
What's wrong with that?
It's fun.
Yeah,
If this kid
he's a
wants to be a
kid.
professional ball player,
He
you know
doesn't
what?
know how the
Be-
world
be a
works.
He's
pro
a
ball
Make-A-Wish
player.
kid. He's
Don't be
not-
some
he's
sort
not
of
gonna-
like Halloween
Randy.
dress-up team.
He'll be dead next week. It's not like he had a chance to make the majors. Okay, he liked the Savannah Bananas. Let him be a Savannah Banana.
Be dead next week.
I'm just saying.
The kid,
I'm making
the kid,
more with Savannah.
kid has cancer, and somehow
He has cancer.
Randy White was just like not going to find the positive in that story.
Well,
He
he went to
was-
Savannah because he had
Randy's
cancer.
like
Look,
stage
man.
4. Call me when you're stage 7. It's like,
That's it.
why? Why are you yelling at this kid?
I wasn't yelling at the kid. I was yelling at you guys for bringing me this
it
quote
was a nice
unquote
story.
feel good story.
It's a Make-A-Wish kid.
Give me a break.
He wanted to be.
It's the kind of stuff you hear is breaking news in Tucson news.
I like how Randy is.
This is Phoenix.
A kid is like, well, he's terminal. Yeah, well, I'm going to teach this kid a lesson. Let me teach you about life. Wake up,
man.
Wake up. Why?
If you're
Don't
terminal,
stop pretending like you can't breathe. Wake up. I'm going to teach you a lesson about life.
That's exactly. Look, take advantage of this, man.
Stop crying.
You're going to teach him. You're going to teach him a lesson about life. The
real
do that.
team. The
I
Savannah
can't deal
Bananas.
with a kid who's going to cry out all of his life-saving nuclear chemotherapy.
If he has stage 4 cancer, he's gonna die in the minors. So why not go have some fun with Savannah?
This kid
And
wasn't gonna
there
make
you
it.
go.
He wasn't
Thank you,
even gonna
Ralph.
make it.
Thank you for making my point,
He
Ralph.
was just a pro for a day. It was just a day.
Oh, a day?
Yes.
That was it.
Oh, Savannah all day long.
Yeah.
He's like 7.
He's 7.
If I didn't know any better,
And you're bagging on a 7-year-old?
That's
I
what I'm
swear
saying.
I swear you guys wear skirts and high heels. I really would.
He's
If
7.
I didn't know better, you guys walk around with those high heels on and some nylons and a skirt.
I think all this
The
crap
way
is
I
finally
hear
caught
this-
up with you.
This
If I don't
stuff
wear the
going
nylons, I got
on.
to shave my legs. So that's just nothing but work. I'm not as limber as
Is
I
it
used
the
to be.
birdiness from the Diamondback season, from the Cardinals
Yes,
season,
nothing to
all
do
just
about
come
the
in
time.
here?
You know, look, this kid he's stage 4. You know what? Go Red Sox. Go with the even go to the damn Dodgers for God's sake.
It's his wish, not
It's a
yours.
pro team. Don't go to the
The Savannah Bananas get paid to play baseball, do they not?
Yeah, they're
What I love
What?
is
Like
little Timmy is
$400
taking the
a
heat
week
off this
per
Hawaiian
diem
guy.
and a
Okay.
bus ride. What do they get?
So they're
I mean-
professional. That doesn't have to be a ton of money to be a pro.
Oh my God!
You're a pro. You get paid to do the job.
Look, if I'm this kid's parents, I'm suing somebody because my son had a chance to go big.
He
went
chose
with
it.
the Savannah Bananas.
What
What
was-
do they play?
what
The
was Make-A-Wish
Louisiana
Foundation supposed to
Sand
say?
Gnats, for
No?
God's sakes?
No, they
Are
play
you
the party
kidding me?
animals. They play the party animals.
Sir,
Oh,
let
so
me get
it
this
is like
straight.
the
Are
Harlem
you-
Globetrotters.
It is.
Did you say you want to sue the Make-A-Wish Foundation? Really? Wow.
Those bastards make
Nobody's
it
taking
come
that
true.
case. Fifth letter says, leave my Southern California homie Ralph alone. Right or wrong, I'm rocking with him. Seahawks suck, though, minus Petey.
Liked most of that.
Walter Mellon says, Randy, I don't have any NIL money, but I do donate to charity, except for when she's
and there
not
you
working
go.
that night. Then I give it to Destiny.
Oh my
there
God.
you go. And there you go. See, that's a real man right
Well,
there.
I think you really didn't hear the end of that text.
Mhm. That's all right. We got to take a break. And I think I've learned a valuable lesson. When we come back, I'm going to talk about something that's going to make me feel better. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see. If something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month. And that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet. Be sure to check out You Better You Bet for all the insight on how to beat the spreads and everything you need to cash those tickets. Weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. We're talking about that football player at UCF giving away his NIL money. Listen, here's some real money you could give away if you win it. Football season quickly approaching. FanDuel giving you a chance to win all season long. Right now, you can bet on Super Bowl winner, and you can get bonus bets every time they win the regular season. Let's say you take a Ralph's Sea Chickens. And you pick them to win the Super Bowl.
Very smart.
I'm sorry. Every time they win, if they win this season, every time they win, then you will get bonus bets for every victory. And you can use your bonus bets on anything you want. Spreads on games, player props, over-unders, and a whole lot more. Visit FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and get started earning bonus bets with America's #1 sportsbook right now. That's FanDuel.com/Randy1580. And remember, you've got to be 21 or older, present in the state of Arizona. First online real money wager only, $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Max bonus $50 unless specified otherwise. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342, Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. And Heavy Metal Maniacs has emailed another take of his ice cold beer call.
Really?
Okay. It hasn't shown up yet. The minute it does, I'll fast forward that over to you, Randy, so you can play that on the air for us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We weren't avoiding you, Heavy Metal Maniacs. It's just, that's the other thing. Sometimes you guys text stuff, and it takes me a minute to get your text, and then you're in the bathroom or popping zits or something like Ralph. I don't know what's happening in your life, but you don't hear every time I read your text. So Pippi No Stockings is on the text line, says, Randy, chill. Are you so irritated because you're chafing? Have Miss Kim put some cornstarch on you.
Listen, my chafing has been cleared up, Pippi.
Is that what you do for Foofy?
My chafing is in a good spot right now.
But
thank you, though. Yeah, thank you, though.
I actually did have a bad chafing experience once in real life. I was 11 years old.
I did too. I was just talking about a real life situation.
No, I was 11 years old, and this was in Oregon. It was at the Willamette River, and me and my buddies, we'd seen guys, like in video, log rolling. If you don't know what log rolling is, it's where you stand on a log and you kind of shuffle your feet and the log rolls under you as you try to stay up. Well, the problem is if you do it in the wrong place, you can get trapped between some logs and drowned. And we didn't know that. So here I am. I'm like, hey, look, everybody, I'm doing. And I almost didn't live because you can't get back up through the logs when they're all pushed together on the river. I was smart enough to go, all right, this is bad going that way. And I went out towards the water where, so I'm lucky to be alive. But on the walk home, 2 miles with wet underwear, didn't even realize it was happening because it was also cold.
Oh my God. That's chafing waiting to happen.
I have scars. The inside of where my thighs meet that area right there in the crotch. I still have very deep scars from that. And I had to hide that from my parents. I was manly at 11, and I just got some Vaseline on some paper towels, and I wedged them in there and wedged them in the other side. And
so wait,
I went to school that way.
You're raw chafing. You put paper towels in between
with Vaseline on them to help soothe it. And I healed myself. I didn't even tell my mom about that.
Why wouldn't you put gauze?
I didn't want to get in trouble for being an idiot log rolling on the Willamette River.
I don't know that that's an idiot. I mean, that's
I was 11.
That's manly, right?
We weren't poor. We were poor. We didn't have Neosporin. We had whatever works. That's what we had. Whatever you could find that would
little
work.
Bacon grease.
Well, we ate all the bacon grease. So anyway, that's a true story. I still have deep scars in that area from chafing. So when somebody talks about chafing, God damn it, I know chafing.
Can we see?
Ooh.
No. Only my wife can see. And I offered. She's like, no, I'm good. I don't need to see that part of you. Like, wait, what?
I don't know why she would do that.
I don't know either. Bruno Baller says, I think I saw some kind of lumberjack competition, Jeffrey, on one of the sports networks. And one of the events was like one of those log rolling things you're talking about. Yeah, I know. That's what we saw. But we were dumb kids. So we almost died. We figured it out pretty quick, and we never did that again. See, back in those days, we didn't need parents to, bubble wrap us and constantly tell us that things might kill us. We found out the old fashioned way. Sometimes one of us didn't come home.
So they didn't find one of you didn't find out the old fashioned way.
That is the old fashioned.
Never found out anything ever again.
Little Timmy has never been recovered from the Willamette River there.
One kid doesn't make it. The rest you get your story straight, and then everything goes on. And now you've just learned a lesson.
That sounds awful.
Didn't you see Stand By Me? Dodger Danny. No. I almost actually said the F word.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And I think he's a pastor too.
Yeah, Dodger Danny. I was to say effing beautiful timing because Ralph's here. Hello, guys. Hope you're having a beautiful afternoon. Great hearing your voices as I am driving on the 51. Oh, wow. That's actually all right. Good to hear from you, Dodger Danny. I thought there was going to be some sort of Dodger-esque texting there. So
there should be. Bring something else. Come on.
God bless you, Dodger Danny. Let's see. Heavy Metal Maniac says, well, I'm going to come to the draft party, but I'm going to come early, have lunch, because I got a Diamondbacks game. Besides, I'm not into fantasy football. I just want to come and have lunch and say hi to you guys.
Well, you need to. And
absolutely.
And by the way, as a reminder, I mean, you don't have to come and hang out and draft fantasy football. I mean, come on by. We'd love to see you. I mean, I know for example,
not everybody.
Keon's been making a list for a couple of weeks now. Ever since we've talked, he's been making a list. He wants to see all of you out there on his list.
Hey, Heavy Metal Maniac, blender at 1580thefanatic.com. I have not yet received your email, Heavy Metal Maniac.
What kind of list is this?
It's a list.
He wants Schindler's List, is it? I mean,
no, it's a list. Well. Schindler's List, really, that's dark.
Well, I mean, you're talking about him doing a list.
What the hell are you doing, Ralph?
This is a bad list? You want to talk dark when you're wishing death on
you couldn't go
grocery list? I wasn't wishing death on anybody. I'm just saying, look, kid, aspire for stars. You can't reach the stars if you're stuck in the the hog pen. You know what I mean? Come on.
This is a very sensitive topic for you, so.
Well, I mean, look, you're dying, bro. Do you want your last wish, your last thoughts of Major League Baseball to be the Savannah Bananas? Really?
He's a kid, Randy. He's just a kid.
Yeah.
Erectinator says, growing up, all we had was one another's pools. You mean like the neighbors' pools? We used to do that where you'd run the fences, find a pool, jump in it, swim for like a minute before they woke up, then jump back out and run across the cement fences. Did anybody else do that here in Arizona?
No. I did that.
Yeah, that's like an Arizona rite of passage.
I would wait until after 8:00 and only neighbors I knew that were gone for the day.
Like midnight? You're not doing that crap at 8. That's brave doing it that early.
No, 8 in the morning.
I
knew they were gone to work, and I during the summer, I'd hit a couple of fences and dive in and just enjoy my day.
It was always a thrill running those block fences because you never knew if you're going to fall into a yard with a German Shepherd or a hot chick. I mean,
you got to do your recon first, man. I mean, there were the Kleins over this way, and there were the Pinnocks right next door. Damn.
You know what, Randy? Fortune favors the brave, and I just decided we're going to go this way.
You're going to go to the river and roll logs.
Why not? Dodger Danny says, no, Jeffrey, I'd never kick a man while he's down. However, I do have a question for you. Is there a Dodger fan in the studio? Well, yeah, Ralph from Harmon Solar right here. He's wearing the Dodgers hat, if you can see it on the YouTube, but since you're driving down the road, don't. Yeah, and he's been
my Kershaw jersey on, so yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't say about Kershaw. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about things. That's okay.
You don't want to talk about Kershaw?
No.
Isn't he in Japan or something?
No, that's Trevor Bauer.
Oh, Bauer.
Who was killing it in Japan, by the way. But no, I'm not talking.
Surprised you don't have a Bauer jersey.
No, Kershaw. I would like to have pitched last night, I think. Was it last night?
I think it'd be funny if you had a Bauer jersey and Pippi, your wife, beat your ass instead. Pink Eye says, I would like to place a Super Bowl bet. Who has the best chance to win a Super Bowl? Cardinals, Seahawks, Colts, or Washington team?
Seahawks, by far. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Why would we even bother with this conversation?
Let's have this conversation.
Not one of those teams is going to a Super Bowl.
Whoa. Let's calm down.
I got a big question mark on my team right now. I have no idea with Anthony Richardson what we have or do not have. I know that Washington,
they've got a defense. They will squash you to death. Can they score? We'll see. That offensive line sucks.
Seahawks are going to be good.
Yeah,
they're going to be really good. Looking forward to it.
I'm not going to then talk about the Cardinals.
Out of that whole group, there's one playoff team, and it's Seattle. None of those other teams are going to the playoffs.
Easy there.
No, that's a fact.
Easy there.
That's a make-a-wish fact.
My make-a-wish is that my Colts get at least one more win than the Cardinals. That's all I need. I don't aspire to anything else.
Some reason why you need your Colts to beat my Cardinals by at least one win?
Everybody does.
There's some reason?
Because you have the worst team in the National Football League right now. It's not your fault. It's not a dig. It's just a fact.
You think the Cardinals are the worst team in the NFL? Let's talk about this for a second. You mean the Tampa Bay Bucks are better than the Arizona Cardinals?
Yes.
No,
maybe.
Yes, they are.
Close. You're going to be in competition with them for the number one draft pick next year, I think.
And
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are better than the Cardinals.
Look, because you're going to get half a season out of Mike Evans.
Yeah, but who's the quarterback?
Are you really? Or are you going to get a half a game? I mean, it really kind of depends here.
No, Mike Evans is good for like 7 games.
As soon as Baker leads him into like a linebacker coming over the middle, his season will be done.
Slow your roll there, Randy, because they're saying that Baker Mayfield may be losing his quarterback battle to what was the other guy's name?
Kyle Trask.
Yeah, Kyle Trask.
To Kyle Trask.
So again, I ask you,
of
are
all
you saying
individuals,
that the Cardinals are the worst team in the NFL?
I'm going to tie you with the Buccaneers. Maybe
you're going to tie us?
Maybe, yeah,
with the Bucks. Okay,
yeah,
Randy, you have nobody on that
because
team.
they got Evans and Godwin.
We have nobody on this team
who will play a collective.
You have nobody
10 games
on the Cardinals.
Nobody.
Oh, you ain't got nobody.
I mean,
you got
I'm not
Johnson
saying this. That has nothing to do with even not liking the Cardinals. They're horrendous.
Okay.
Now, I do think that they will go in a better direction with who they have leading them now. I really believe that. You can see it.
That's
no
the
doubt.
whole thing right there.
But they're going to be bad this year. Real bad.
I was kind of chatting with Jim Barnett from the Cardinals there. And I was like, hey, hang in there this year. And he's like, no, I'm feeling pretty confident that everything is going to go exactly the way it should go. And I'm like, I got you.
They want the number one pick. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, Randy, it's good things. It's all in love. It's all in love. We're not trying to hate on you.
Sound like it was in love.
He's going to.
All I need is one more win in the Cardinals, please.
Because
dear
if
God,
I don't get that, then the Colts are the worst team in the NFL.
Do you hear me, Jehovah Jireh?
I don't even care what happens with the Colts because this is education year. This is another year of college for Anthony Richardson, and as long as he comes out at the end of this year and they get him some better players around him, I feel like it'll be a successful year. So
they named him number one way too fast.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then again, Warren Moon agreed with the idea. And he's like, hey, if this is your franchise, this is what you're doing. This isn't too fast. Get the first team reps, get everything going the way it needs to go for him to have the best chance at success and survival.
And if he's a pocket passer, maybe you don't put him out there. But I think because he's able to run, there are plays that you can have that you can use to protect him. That's what they did with Jalen Hurts. Yep. He played, and they used his legs to help protect him until the game slowed down enough. Because you just got to play football. He just hasn't played enough.
It would have been nice to be under Minshew for a few weeks at least.
Yeah,
just Randy, to get a feel.
Let me tell you something. You don't have the worst quarterback in football. I'll give you that much. You have the shortest, but not the worst.
The Cardinals will go 3-0 in their first 3 games.
Okay, Randy, I'm not looking for that.
Just go ahead and write it down. I report it.
Well, don't embarrass
save
yourself
that clip. 3-0 in the first 3 games.
All right, save the clip, Field. But Randy, when we come back, Complex, they did a ranking of every starting 2023 NFL quarterback, and I want to look at that list. Some of it I'm like, yeah, okay. Some of it I'm like, not okay. But hey, the good news is, spoiler alert, they think Kyler Murray is actually still pretty good. We'll talk about all that when we come back, and your text, and there's a lot. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce, such as child custody and property division, among many others. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell. We're a partner men can count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Phoenix area attorneys. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine what could relief from IBS-C mean for you. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the 4-day super sale, August 18th through the 21st, and get 40% off paints and stains with prices starting at $26.69. That means 40% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 40% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph is here with us from Harmon Solar. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, we have an awful lot of texts on the text line. Got to get those caught up real fast. And then we're going to talk about, I don't know, Keon, how much respect do you give the guys over at Complex for their sports reporting and say their ranking of NFL quarterbacks? Would you give them reputable status?
I'm not familiar with their football coverage, or as familiar with it.
Okay.
So
this could help determine that.
Yeah, I was going over the list earlier. It's hit or miss, but like you're never gonna 100% agree with any list. But they did some things that there's one thing at least that I have a very strong pet peeve of.
Okay.
So we'll get there.
We'll talk about that here in a moment then. 888-368-1580. Bruno Baller says, anybody remember Gilda Radner playing Rosanna Banana of Dana on Saturday Night Live?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And now whatever you were trying to get at is completely out of context. Dodger Danny says, please tell Ralph I have a gift for him. Does he have a Dodgers 2020 championship ring?
I do not.
If he does not, I will bring him one to the office. I have a Trevor Bauer jersey too, if he needs it. Nice try, Dan. The Reaper says, hey guys, how's it going? Did you hear that Washington, D.C., they have 90,000 plus signatures to get the old Washington football team name back? The one that's a slur is what Reaper's talking about.
I heard that. Yeah,
but it won't happen. It doesn't matter what side of the argument you are on. The new owners are just not going to stick their feet in that fire. Tron Slater says, I remember we were so poor here in Arizona. We didn't have an NFL team. Hopefully we can get one day. Until then, we're stuck with this JV team out in Glendale. Wow. Straight fire from Tron Slater on the Arizona Cardinals.
It's not straight fire. That's a non-believer. That's not straight fire.
That's a non-believer.
That is
a non-believer.
That is ye of little faith.
This JV team went into the Super Bowl against the Steelers and lost, and really shouldn't have lost the damn game because the referees gave it to the damn Steelers because they just couldn't stand the Cardinals winning one.
You're not allowed to make that argument. So
I'm not allowed to make
not
that
allowed to
argument.
Blame you're not allowed to blame the referees. I learned.
Do you
this.
argue that
I learned this in 2005? You're not allowed to do this.
The 2020 World Series champion Dodgers has an asterisk by it?
Do I need to have him bring the ring to show you?
Do I need to tell you that the Cardinals were in the damn Super Bowl?
Bubble trophies don't count.
Bubble trophies don't count. I'm sorry.
Listen.
But the Seahawks they took a Super Bowl away from them against the Steelers because the Steelers have to win because Jerome Bettis had to get his ring. So I'm in the same boat as you are. It's all the same BS. Where the head referee even came out and said 10 years later that, we screwed that one up big time.
Screwed it up and, admitting conspiracy are two different things.
Well, he's not going to admit conspiracy, but they absolutely stole that Super Bowl. So, and I do agree with Randy. I think the Cardinals, they probably won that Super Bowl, but they don't even get a little bubble ring.
There's no way both of his feet were down. That's all I got to say.
The Pinisher says, and with the first pick of the 2024 draft, the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. Yeah, you can just. I think you can just go ahead and put yourself on that clock. But there are some teams that are going to be competing with you for that bottom of the barrel spot to get the number one draft pick. I think the Green Bay Packers. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Falcons and even my Colts are all going to make strong arguments. If the Cardinals win a couple of games, it's going to get crowded at the bottom, if you know what I mean. And then people trying to sort out their lives wanting Caleb Williams.
I think I was very clear in saying what I said, 3-0, first 3 games.
That would be the worst thing that could happen to you. The worst thing. Caleb Williams will take you to a Super Bowl.
Maybe, maybe not.
He will.
Caleb Williams cannot take us to a Super Bowl.
He will take you to a Super Bowl. He's going to be that great.
Well, that's what everybody said about Kyler, too.
No one said that about
I don't think anybody said that about
Cardinal
Kyler.
fans.
Certainly not me.
I
remember
real talented.
screaming about everything that actually happened before it happened.
Super
Randy,
Bowl.
I don't want you to get Caleb Williams because I'm afraid of you having Caleb Williams. But if you
Even
get
with
him,
our current coach,
I like your current coach and your current GM, and I'm telling you, Caleb Williams is a franchise changing quarterback.
Well, I'm not. Listen, I'm not cut from the cloth that you guys are.
I'm not used to good changes.
I don't like. Well, and that's true. And I don't like losing, and I don't like this the mindset of tanking. Yeah, I'm just.
Randy, neither do I. But when I saw what the season held for my Colts, I looked ahead. I had no proof that they were going to tank or were tanking, and maybe they didn't even do that. But when you see the situation a team is with its personnel, who they are, how they're going to do things, it is not too hard to kind of look at the tea leaves and tell the future on things. And so you just sort of just accept it, kind of like getting washed out to sea. You just, let your body go soft.
Because I'll tell you what's worse, or at least what feels worse to me.
Picked up by the Hawaiian Tropic swimsuit team. That's the same thing as getting Caleb Williams.
I'll tell you what feels worse. Having Ron Rivera coach your team to 7-9, and then 8-8, and then 7-10. Like you can't pick a franchise guy at pick 15.
Yeah,
right.
You can't have a Seattle Seahawks kind of season and get that number one pick.
But then you're also you're not in the playoffs, so you're just sort of just nowhere.
I really do appreciate you guys trying to talk me into this mediocrity thinking, but I just can't.
Listen, nobody
I
wants
wake up in the morning and I have positive thoughts all day. Positive thoughts.
All right. Well, you hold on to that positive thought, Randy. You be you.
I just goes against everything in my being to go, we're just going to lose every game and we're going to get Caleb Williams.
Oh, it tastes bad, man.
Everything's going to it's going to be sunshiny and rainbows from here on out.
That wasn't me. I was just like, it's all right. We're tanking.
I was
fine.
here.
Not what I wanted. It's
I've
what we
been
got.
here since they came here. I've seen all the number one overall picks. I've seen all the hoopla, and I've seen all the you're tanking for this guy, and then he gets here and he just absolutely blows.
This isn't Josh Rosen.
And so the bottom line is, it's not Josh Rosen. It's not Matt Leinart. Wasn't he an SC?
No, and Matt Leinart
trophy winner.
Matt Leinart was never going to be a good pro.
The bottom line is, I've heard too much and I've seen too much. You know what, Cardinals? If you're listening, and I know you are, because the damn Cardinals listen to this broadcast, this is the official Cardinals broadcast because they get pumped up when I give my picks every week. And so I will tell you right now, Cardinals, as you listen to my voice, do not give up and do not settle for mediocrity.
Against the Spread says, bad news, Randy. You have a better chance of catching a meteorite with a baseball glove than the Cardinals starting 3-0 in the regular season.
Where's my glove?
He also thinks that bet that was mentioned earlier was a good bet. He says Cardinals versus Buccaneers on win totals. Wow. Who do you take against the spread? I'm not even sure who I would take.
You take the Cardinals.
I'd take the damn Cardinals. That's what I'd take.
Because they're going to lose every game.
Going to win every damn game.
They might win one game this year.
You guys will be eating crow come February.
February?
Moist One says, let's go Nationals. Whooped up on the Red Sox today.
Feels really good.
Oh, by the way, before we talk about these NFL quarterbacks real fast, can I just say thank you, Yankees. It's been a rough ride with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yes, we've won 4 out of the last 5, so that's nice to see them sort of perking back up, going the right direction. We've won the last 2 against the Rockies, which we should have won all 3, but so it's not an easy thing right now for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So to see the New York Yankees now in historic Loserville for the Yankees, the last place Yankees, who are now a game under 500 for the first time in almost 30 years. And
this late into a season, that is
1995 was the last time. And since July 4th, they were 10 games over, by the way, and over 500. The Yankees are 12-23. They've been outscored by 51 runs. And over the same period, they are 28th in the majors in runs scored and 24th in runs allowed. So thank you, Yankees. Thank you for, just give me a little bright spot, a little something that just feels warm and fuzzy because I hate you. I hate you.
Anybody know the Heimlich maneuver? I mean, they're just trying to tread water and they can't even do that.
So
they are choking.
The mountain gets bigger with every loss.
So Ralph, what do you think happens? Do they the day after the season is over for the Yankees?
Hate with me, Ralph.
Boone's gone.
Boone's gone. GM might be gone.
What do you mean, Mike
Cashman?
He's got to be gone.
Yeah,
Brian Cashman has to be. Brian Cashman has had the longest leash of any general manager I think I've ever seen in terms of the lack of results.
But he has a relationship with the owner. That's the thing.
And it just hasn't yielded anything. Like you just can't defend it at a certain point.
But does Steinbrenner, Hubie, Herbie, what the hell's his name? The kid that's got no balls? That guy?
Junior.
Junior. He's not going to fire Cashman.
I think he should, but I don't know that he will. I just don't.
Oh, how?
So that, you know what that means?
Keep
Jeffrey?
Boone. Give him another chance, Yankees.
Boone's gone.
You know what that means? You know the Yankees are going to suck, and they're going to continue to suck. It doesn't matter who they bring in to be the El Capitan of that ship. That's going to sink every year.
They need to work on their farm system more than they're just trying to get these high-end players every year. They just need to do a better job. They put themselves in a bad place.
Ralph?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. They shouldn't change a thing.
I hate them too.
They're not going to learn. Ralph could put it. He could stand on top of a mountain with a megaphone. The Yankees will never learn. They will every year try to buy a championship, and they'll pay the wrong guys.
It doesn't work.
Way too much money. You can't do it. Baseball's just not like that.
You mean like Giancarlo Stanton?
Yeah, I mean, you do need to get good players.
Ever since he got there,
you do need to spend money, but when you pay for a guy that strikes out as much as Stanton does, like I don't know what you expect.
Did you see that miserable play when he was on second base and he jogged into home and he got tagged out?
You got to respect Judge though.
I
respect Judge.
He's been hurt. I mean, but he's a stud.
Yeah, but
he's stuck on Band-Aid.
Their management can't figure out anything, and there is no amount of us talking about it that's going to fix it for them.
Nope.
Because there's nothing that Ralph just said that isn't on WFAN in New York that they're not talking about right now. Right. That all the fans are screaming into the phone and losing their minds. That organization is just ignoring, and it has been ignoring for like a decade.
Yep.
Jagdog says greetings and salutations and suck it, Ralph. Dodgers will end up with another wonderful regular season, and along with the Diamondbacks, watch the Atlanta Braves win the World Series. So suck it. I can't read it the way he's saying it, so I have to stop right there.
I mean, the Braves are good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're not. I mean, they're not going to be easy to beat still.
Let's see. Yes, Heavy Metal Maniacs, we did receive your thing. We're now processing it. Oh, is it ready? All right, so here's Heavy Metal Maniacs trying to sell you a beer at a Diamondbacks game.
Ice cold beer here. I got your beer. It's right here. Cold beer.
Yeah, he's got kind of a deep register on that, doesn't he?
Cuts through the crowd's noise, you know?
Oh yeah, he's not shrill, you know, he's like it disturbs your peace, but you know that he's got right here is ice cold beer here, right here. So well done, Heavy Metal Maniac.
That's really good.
Let's see. Pringle says Yankees trying to buy a championship. Yep, just like the Suns. Yes, we are. It's our first time.
Listen,
let us have this.
Just admit it.
First off, I don't have a problem. I've never had a problem with a team trying to buy a championship. But if you're going to pay players lots of money, hopefully you pay the right guys.
Pay the right ones. Right?
The Yankees have spent a ton of money. They have the highest payroll in baseball. They're one game below 500 at the basement of their division. That's funny.
That's bad.
Pink Guy is saying something that to me does not make sense. He says tanking only makes sense in the NBA. Football draft is a crapshoot. Okay, first off, tanking in the NBA makes less sense because of the way they do the lottery thing. You could tank and still not get the guy you want.
Ask the Sixers how that went. You know how long the Sixers tanked before they finally got Joel Embiid? They had to stink for like 7 years.
I feel like you did that backwards by mistake there.
They in the meantime, they drafted who? Evan Fournier. They drafted Nerlens Noel. Just a bunch of dudes you no longer care about. No, that's definitely backwards. Also, I think
because
the NBA is more of a crapshoot in terms of drafting than the NFL is.
The NBA definitely is. That's so damn rigged. I can't even believe it.
Against the Spread says, I would rather slide down a slide with rusty razor blades into a pool of battery acid than bet on the Cardinals or the Buccaneers.
All right.
We're not actually asking you to put money on it. Who do you think will have a better season, the Cardinals or the Buccaneers? That's all we're asking. We're not asking you to, place a bet, man. Bruno Baller says we are only 3 weeks from the start of the NFL season, and also Randy's first epic Cardinals pick. Actually, yeah, you are absolutely right. Today is exactly 3 days from September 7th.
3 weeks.
Sorry, 3 weeks from September 7th, the first game. Very exciting. Big George says, Randy, I'm with you. Cardinals are going to shock the world. I can't even read the rest of it. I just
thank you, Big George. You come on out here on the 25th. I'll buy you a beverage of your choice.
The Reaper says, I agree. The Cards should have won that Super Bowl. Fitzgerald deserved to win a ring.
Damn right he did.
Well, they got done dirty by the refs on a play. But if you had won the rest of the game, it wouldn't have mattered for that one play.
The James Harrison 99-yard interception.
Look, that should have never happened. I will agree with you 110%.
It's just like
bottom line.
The refs did take one from you, but
you can't.
That guy went 99 yards. He was out of breath at the 50, and he still didn't get caught.
You can't give that game away like that. Come on.
Fish Tank says, Ralph, no, you can't blame the refs. You don't blame the refs. You blame your coach, and you know why, for not handing the ball to Marshawn.
We're not even talking about that Super Bowl. We're talking about 2005. We're talking about Holmgren. We're talking about when they got robbed.
He knows. I think he just wanted you to think about both you lost.
That was a really bad Super Bowl.
We should have 3 titles right now, not one. That's the scary part. But anyway.
Silly Wabbit says, so they allow Heavy Metal Maniac to smoke weed while selling beer?
What are you talking about?
Ice cold beer. Cold beer here. I got your beer. It's right here. Cold beer.
You guys realize that this man has to do this for like
I don't know, every day.
7 innings of baseball for an entire baseball season.
I may have to try to figure out how to get to the stadium just to buy a beer from Heavy Metal Maniac.
I think we all should at one point in the season. I tried. I was there. I don't think he was there that
I
day.
tried too. I went to a game, but I don't think I was sitting in the right section.
I would walk around and listen for him.
No, now this helps because we know what he sounds like.
Yeah.
Eye Candy says, hey, Jeffrey, on the NFL Pick'em game, do we pick the winner based on a point spread or is it straight up? You really think that anybody in this listening audience is sophisticated? No, it's just a straight up pick, Eye Candy. Yeah, just win, lose. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Man, that would be evil if we made it a point spread.
Did you guys look at the first week yet? I want to know what your take is on the first week. Have you looked at the first week?
No, but I can.
I did.
Ralph, are you at ease? Like the first week you can just pick them, just like zing, 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 zing. Or
yeah, because it takes about 3-4 weeks to really kind of start figuring.
Well, that's what I
out.
mean.
Yeah.
You don't know who to pick in the first week.
No, the first couple of weeks is the hardest, but some of what you're seeing in preseason and what you're reading about in practice does lend itself to that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Kansas City Chiefs are going to beat the Detroit Lions at home at Arrowhead.
And you see, you're probably right, but I can see if Detroit is what they were.
Yeah.
Who knows? They come out and they whip them.
Let me explain to you. They are not going to be what they were because they have injured almost every wide receiver they have.
And the ones that aren't injured are suspended for gambling.
A close one, Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta. What are those?
See, it's Carolina, Atlanta.
Falcons.
Who do you take in that one?
Atlanta, because Carolina looks, I don't know if you saw Carolina's preseason. It looked terrible in that first game.
Yeah, but I feel like on paper I take Carolina.
CJ Stroud was horrendous.
I just think that Atlanta's got their formula down. We're just
going
to
think
run
Desmond
the ball.
Ritter's going to actually survive. All right.
Yeah, he'll be okay, but Bijan's the guy I'm caring about there. And they're going to run the ball down your gullet.
They certainly didn't use Kyle Pitts very effectively, so of course they're going to run the football.
The Ohio Bowl between Bengals and Browns. I'm going to take the Bengals on this one just because last year Deshaun Watson was bad. I haven't seen a reason to think he's not going to be bad again.
He should be better.
And they're not playing him in the preseason, so it's just like, man, this guy's going to go in with no real reps,
but
live
action this year, though. Right?
Should be, but we have.
If he is what he was, they could be a really good team this year.
But if Joe Cool is under center, I think the Bengals win. I think it's because Deshaun hasn't been out there.
Jacksonville over the Colts, easy pick. Vikings over Tampa Bay, easy pick. Saints and Titans.
That's a tough game.
I'm drifting towards the Saints. But I don't know. 49ers over Pittsburgh, easy. Commandos over Arizona, easy.
Baltimore over Houston, easy.
I mean, Commandos
Bears
over Arizona,
over
easy.
Green Bay, easy.
What is that easy?
It just means it's gonna be easy. I don't know how many words I need for that.
Easy.
Vegas over Denver.
I'm just gonna.
Yes.
Listen, Keon. I'm sorry. What's going to happen to your Commandos? The
Oh,
first
no.
game out of the damn bag.
Oh boy, it's okay.
I'm just sorry right now.
Eagles over Patriots, easy. Miami and the Chargers. That's interesting.
Good game.
But I'm going to go Chargers on that. Rams over Seahawks, easy.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that's a load of crap.
That's
Seattle's easiest game.
Giants versus Dallas.
Giants. I take Giants.
Yeah, instinctively I take the Giants, but
Well, Dak's going to throw at least 3 picks in that game.
In the first half.
Yeah, and sorry to disappoint everybody, but Buffalo over the Jets. It will not be easy, but it will be Buffalo over the Jets. That wasn't too hard to figure, but based on the information we had from last year, based on the information we have in camp, and in this conversation, sort of talking it out, changed my mind on Atlanta. That wasn't hard to figure after you kind of go, oh yeah, about that. So no, not that hard, but you're right. It doesn't get like really easy to really know who a team is until like week 4.
Yeah, it's week 4.
So anyways, we got to take a break. When we come back, can we talk about these quarterbacks, please? That's all I'm asking. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
And paid for by Linear Marketing Group. Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $17,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. We've helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-268-1993 now. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-268-1993. That's 800-268-1993. Again, 800-268-1993.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
It's the sound of the fight song, the excitement of the rivalry. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls. Oh my God, Davis is going running all the way back. It's the national rankings. It's college football. The shooters right down the field. Tune in each Saturday for the college football game of the week. Listen for all the action, drama, and excitement on your home for college football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Whew. I was tired standing up from over there to come over here. Hot outside too, man. 110 degrees outside. Is it humid too? I refuse to go outside.
It's very humid. Last night we got some storms on the West Valley here. It's 114 currently in downtown Phoenix.
Jeez, man.
So
sorry for everybody who's working outside in this respect. I'm sorry about that. Listen, on Friday, August 25th, we've got a place where you can come and get out of the sun, get into the air conditioning, have a drink, have some food, have some fun. Dave and Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. We are going to be broadcasting live the Friday edition of the Daily Blender, plus hanging out and having a party, doing our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party. You don't even have to be a part of our Fantasy Football League. You can be if you want. We have one league that's come open right now. So send me an email, blender@1580thefanatic.com, and I will get you into our newest Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. But this is it's going to be a blast. And Ralph, are you coming to the event?
I will be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
Did you find some people to rough up anybody who messes with you?
I'll have armed security there, and I'll be carrying you.
Jesus, armed. All right. Yeah. I just pictured guys with no arms standing there.
No,
guys with no necks.
We'll kick them.
Are we doing the premier draft or no?
You know what? I tried to have a conversation about that, but nobody really had much to say about that. I think that it might be best for us to do the Premier League draft Saturday, say at like 11 a.m.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it is a little bit harder when we're running around trying to help everybody else while our draft is going on.
So the show is from 3 to 6, and then the draft starts at 7?
And then it's
7
party,
for
baby.
all the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. And then on Saturday, Premier League, we will draft our stuff then. So that's the idea. 888-368-1580. I'm still just trying to get caught up on the damn text line here. Against the Spread says, all due respect, gentlemen, but the Cardinals and Bucks are both trash. Gamblers would be better served betting on good teams, not bad teams. Winning. That's the name of the game. Do you notice how he won't answer the question? Who's going to have more wins, Cardinals or Buccaneers? That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. I'm sure that's his way of saying, I'd flip a coin. Either one. Reaper says, when are you guys doing the draft party? August 25th. On Friday, August 25th. And it's from 3 p.m. all the way into, whenever the hell we get too drunk or they call the cops. Parlay J says, I don't care what the Lions Chiefs over is. I'm putting the 401k on it.
On the over.
Well, you should care a little bit because Vegas knows that it's going to be a high scoring game. I'm pretty sure it's going to have a pretty high over.
I see what you're saying.
Defense will not be played.
Heavy Metal Maniacs says, any of you guys come to a game, let me know what section you're in, and I'll make sure and come see you out there. He says, we started at section 118. I walk around going to Diamondback side. I walked the entire ballpark. I don't know how you can miss me. I was there the day you went. Because I didn't know which one is your polo shirt number. That's hot. Moist One says, Ralph, the Hawks DC hasn't been very good. Stafford and Cup will be back together, right? I don't know how many games will be easy for the Hawks.
The Hawks have, you're right, the DC was okay last year, but he's got a lot more talent on that back end this year. They're going to be tough. I mean, and he's a second-year coach, so you got to give him the shot. But there's a lot of talent on that side of the ball this year. It's exciting to see what they're going to be doing.
Cooper Kupp has been dinged up, by the way. Cooper Kupp, if he's out, the Rams are garbage. They can't seem to get into any sort of rhythm without Cooper Kupp there to draw attention away so somebody else can catch it or just catch it himself, which is generally the go-to on that.
Yep.
Unless they got some new receivers that I don't know about. Rams minus Kupp, that's an L. Fish Tank says, I know everyone hates the Cowboys, but why do we think they're going to suck this year? That talk track has been confusing to me. Everyone talks trash about Dak, who has taken them to the playoffs the last 2 years. I'm not saying they're Super Bowl contenders, but we're going to see him in the playoffs again because he's throwing all kinds of damned interceptions.
I'm sure they'll make it to the playoffs again. I mean, but when we talk about, the Cowboys sucking, it's really just how they lose some of these games. They're games that they're perfectly capable of winning, and then they throw it away. And by they, I mean Dak. I mean Dak throws it away.
There's a sound that crosses Dallas Fort Worth in the middle of the night. It's Jerry Jones howling, trying to figure out how to get back to winning a Super Bowl.
It's not going to happen.
Good luck.
Funny how the last time things were going well is when he was good to his friend Jimmy Johnson. And then he just he gets jealous of him, chucks him out into the cold, and it's never been the same since.
But Jeffrey, there's a sound that ruminates across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
Okay.
Late at night.
All right.
It's Jerry Jones trying to figure out.
Is it when he's turning in his fits?
Don't interrupt my dramatic reading. How to get back to the Super Bowl. All right, go ahead.
No, I think I'm all good.
I'm waiting to hear the damn sound.
What's the sound?
I don't have a recording of the sound, but it's Jerry Jones. You can bet your sweet bippy. It's Jerry Jones trying to win a Super Bowl.
I don't think Jerry Jones cares. He made so much money on putting that new stadium up and everything that he's done with all the promotion and stuff. That guy's.
No, Ralph, you apparently don't know. Money is not king to Jerry Jones. It's a Super Bowl victory.
Well, I mean, it's king, but he's got enough money. He wants credit for one. That's the reason why Mike McCarthy's back again.
Well, he's got credit for 3.
No, people say they're not his. Those are Jimmy Johnson's.
Well, people might say that, but Jerry will tell you the exact opposite. That's why
imagine.
Jimmy's not there anymore.
Trying to imagine the noise, the sound of Jerry Jones tonight, but all I'm getting is, God damn it, Stephen. That's all I'm getting.
I think you're right.
I'm just him yelling at his son. I mean, Jerry's never going to accept responsibility. Everything he has done has been perfect and unquestioned. And that is why he hangs around with coaches way longer than he should. That's why he hung around with Tony Romo way longer than he should. That is why he's hung around with Dak Prescott way longer than he should. If you think I love the Yankees when they've got a guy like Boone as the skipper, how do you think I feel knowing that the Cowboys will always have a Jerry Jones or his dumber son?
How do you
feel
think
like
I feel?
Yes, that's never going to change.
I hate the Cowboys, and it's just the ceiling on this team is always going to be capped forever.
Yes, Daddy.
But you watch those games, and they always show the owner's box as they lose, and you see his look on his face, and everybody just kind of turns away from him.
They know
it's hilarious.
Sorry, Daddy.
It's my favorite part of every Cowboys game.
It's
that
funny.
they're in the postseason. They're in the playoffs, and I know they're not going to do anything. They'll posture. We'll get a lead here in the first quarter, but it comes down to it. Okay, they're going to fall apart as they do, and they're going to take that camera and they're going to start zooming in into the owner's box, and it's just going to be Jerry Jones turning a violent shade of beet red while everyone in the box is trying desperately not to make a sound. Nobody's breathing in there because the first person that so much as twitches is getting their head torn off. It's great.
Keon's right.
How many of those have I
times
seen?
Have you seen the shot of Jerry Jones during a Cowboys loss? You're like, why isn't anybody sitting around? There's no one. Is he always alone in that big old box by himself? No.
Every quarter, there's less people there.
Not at the beginning of the game. Beginning of the game, he's in a crowd. The end of the game,
and if there's a touchdown, he's there. He's high-fiving people.
I saw a picture of Jerry Jones at the Star there in Frisco, and there's a conference room, and the table comes into a point, and guess who sits at the point in the middle of everybody? It's Jerry.
It's
Jerry sits in one seat right there on the end, and everybody just kind of move out from there in this conference room.
Look, that's when they get their practice in, Randy. It's a fine art, the art of around the third quarter when things start going sideways. I got to be the person that sneaks out of this room first.
I think I need some popcorn.
It's like musical chairs. You just can't be the last person standing there.
Got to get
my
Rod
move.
over here.
This would be my move. I'd be like, oh, I dropped my pen.
Never come back.
Yeah. Wouldn't see Jeffrey again.
That's good.
Nobody does an Irish goodbye like me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Big George is on the text line. Says, question for Randy White, 1580 The Fanatic. Who do you have winning the women's world? Okay, I'm going to stop you there, George. Nobody gives a damn.
Big George asks every day And that's the answer every day. And I almost admire the persistence, quite frankly.
Spain or England?
England.
I got married in Spain, so I'll pick Spain. No, I got you on. You're picking Spain, Ralph, because you're racist. That's fine.
Well,
I'm going with the white people.
I've got a good friend. Sergio is going to be rooting for the ladies of England. I mean, it's only right
what?
the Spanish get together with the English girls. Okay. Hello.
I don't understand who he just picked.
My wife, she's not
Unclear.
Spanish. She's English. Okay. So I've got to go with the Lionesses.
Well, my wife is Spanish, so I'm going to go with her.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah. And I don't actually care.
I'm going with the whites. So.
She gives no bit. Well, they're all
the whites.
Here's the thing about the Spanish.
There's only one of them. Okay, Ralph.
They're all white. It's just another shade of white.
Jacked up teeth.
I can say this because, I have friends that are white. Okay. So don't give me any trouble. But no, Spain or England. I'm taking Spain. You're taking England. I'm not sure what Sergio took. Keon, who do you have, since you actually might know something about this?
Oh, I know next to nothing. I haven't really been watching, but I'm taking Spain because I like both in men and women's soccer that the English invented soccer and they struggle to win. It makes me happy. I laugh all the time.
I'm Sergio, and I've been to Sweden many times. I'm taking the Swedish team to win the World Cup.
Well, they're not. They got beat by Spain, Sergio.
Okay, then that means they're free. Very well.
We invent basketball. We win basketball. They invented soccer. Where are they?
I don't think just because you invent the sport that it's a shame that you lose. Like, the Canadians.
They take it that hard, and that's all that matters.
Okay, in that case, I'm glad. And I'm glad that filthy Canadians have lost the Stanley Cup enough times to make me happy. That's cool.
Filthy Canadians.
Filthy Canadians.
They put all their hopes in the Toronto Maple Leafs every single year. It never happens.
Bruno Baller says, Randy, this hurricane I'm hearing about. The hurricane?
Mm-hmm.
That hurricane that's in the Gulf of California.
Yeah,
Did we get affected by that?
We can. Yeah. The low pressure system will move north, directly north from where it is. And we could see some rain. As a matter of fact, I haven't done my weather report today, but weather temperatures will be cooling off this weekend. And there's a good opportunity for some rain this weekend.
Can I just say, when the mention of a hurricane coming made Ralph smile, because he's like, ooh, I hope some solar panels get blown off roofs. Money.
Kites. Go ahead.
Kites. Yeah. Harman solar panels don't fly off roofs. They don't fly. They take the whole roof with them.
It's strong. It's interesting if you watch the track of this storm. It's kind of hook and right. It's kind of like it's like a left-handed curveball. So you don't know where it's going to go.
Bill Clinton's penis. It's just kind of weird.
Well, no, that's Peroni. That's Peroni's disease.
Is that like a carrot? All right, listen.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Fine. I'm getting nowhere here with this show. We got a few more texts on the text line, but we come back. Randy, it feels like you really want to do a weather report. We'll let you do a weather report. We'll finish up the damn text line. I swear to God, we're going to talk about these NFL quarterbacks. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable, even if your clients move to another state. The program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out out more, go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Is the Daily Blender on a Thursday as we head for 6 o'clock tonight on August 17th on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. In a moment, I'll give you a weather update. Jeffrey promised before the break. Well, let me remind you, the enemy to baseball is rainouts and rough weather. Baseball season heading into the backstretch of their season, and you can get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and join today. Let me tell you what. Playoffs are on the way. You've got the wild cards. Who's going to win the wild card? You could put a bet on that. Who's going to win the divisions? There's some speculation as to who might win the American League East. Tampa Bay threatening. They keep winning. The Baltimore Orioles kind of been rough lately. Can the Orioles hang on and win the American League East? The Twins currently in the Central lead for the American League. And is Chicago going to overtake Milwaukee? They beat them last night. They beat the White Sox last night, but the Dodgers beat Milwaukee last night, so that helps Chicago, the Cubs. You don't know. You could put a bet on anybody, depending on how you sign up and when you sign up. Just again, go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and don't miss your chance at a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel today. One more time, that website is FanDuel.com/Randy1580 to sign up. FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. Maybe I should say it like the commissioner. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. You must be 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeff, go.
All right, Randy. And don't worry, we're going to get your weather report here in a minute. But let me just try to blow through a bunch of these damn texts.
I got you.
We're backed up like a French toilet. Hamilton Porter says, on that point, though, betting on bad teams makes it more interesting and less predictable. I can see that. Sure. Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, Saturday morning, 11, good for Premier League. Gives me an excuse to start drinking in the morning. I think you should be pre-gamed by then. Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey, that video I sent with me is my Diamondback shirt I sell beer in at the ballpark. Number 14. Remember that. Number 14 on the back of the yellow polo for Heavy Metal Maniacs.
Now, wait a minute.
What?
If I'm not mistaken, and Keon, back me up here, but Heavy Metal Maniac is coming here with 3 different numbers, I think. At one time, it was like 70 something.
Yeah.
The number has changed before.
Yeah, but now it's 14. Now it's 14.
So
and he'll let us
long-
know if it changes.
So how long is it going to stay 14? Until the end of the season?
My guess
does
is
he get a
no.
new number at the beginning of next season?
This is not like a player. This is, your beer guy. So you know what it is now. That's what's important, Randy. 14. Just remember 14.
Well, what if I go to a game like in September? Is he still going to be 14?
No, well, he'll tell us.
If it changes.
He says it'll be 14 until the end of this season.
Okay.
And did you say September? No, the Diamondbacks won't be in games in September.
Oh no, they're playing in September. They have games scheduled, so they'll have to play in September.
Oh, there's still season games in September.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were insinuating something else. Sorry.
No,
that'd be October.
No.
He says they usually give us a new shirt every season. Eye Candy says, Jeffrey, when will the order for the fantasy football draft be put in place? I have to have enough mock drafts in the position I'm at in order to do well. Yeah. I am thinking we will make an announcement. It'll be your orders will be set this weekend. So let me just help you out here. Didn't get approval for what I needed to get approval for, so I'm having to find some other ways of doing our draft order pick. You'll see.
Radio Ron, he bailed on Dan Patrick.
Well, we didn't want to get into legal battles with the other radio stations. And Kevin Harlan and Jim Rome, they're big important people, and we might have waited too long. We should have done this sooner. So again, this is all stuff that's in motion right now. So we're not giving up on Kevin Harlan, but we'll see what happens. But I've got a backup plan.
How do you get a hold of Kurt Warner? Does anybody know?
I have actually his phone number, but I've always been too scared to use it.
Give me his number. I'll call him.
I didn't want to. I'm not betraying the phone number.
Yeah, you call once at a bad time, and then it's like, oh, he's never picking that up again.
I'll call him. I'll text him first. Randy White, producer, Daily Blender.
How did you get this number? And then that's the end of that.
Well, I'll just ghost his ass if he asks me that question. I mean,
I had a teacher tell me once, just say company Rolodex, and then hang up.
There you go. NFL's little black book.
I think if we were to contact him and say, hey, can you pick our fantasy football draft? You're not going to finish high. That's where the game it's click. It's just you're not going to get anywhere with him. Not that he's a bad guy. Very nice man.
I have 40 years in this industry. Do you think I'm just going to hit him with the draft? I'm going to go in like hey, listen, we'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to get your thoughts on the upcoming season. We're a local Arizona team, or a radio station. A couple of our hosts are your biggest fan. The other one is a Washington Commandos fan. So we need you don't even have to tell him about that and set this guy straight. And I would have no problem booking this guy. Anyway, I think you underestimate the powers of Randy White in booking
somebody
guests.
Is one thing. Getting him to pull our fantasy football names, that means he'd have to print a piece of paper, cut them into strips, find a hat.
No, it's elementary at that point. It's elementary. I would come up with a system, and he would pick from there.
I'm going to get you the number. And we'll see what you can do.
I will text his ass right away. As soon as I get the number, I will text him.
Okay. This ought to be good.
Yeah.
888-368-1580.
What the hell is it?
That was like the main reason. I actually ran into him in the hallway at our radio station. He was in the hallway. He was on another show. He was on something on Money Radio, and I froze. Remember why? Because one of the guys on the show was dogging on him so hard and saying horrible things, and I was just like, I can't even ask him to be on the show when somebody has been trashing him. Yeah, it was just not the right moment. So I just he comes out of the room and I come out of the room and we're like, hi, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. And he kind of paused like, I feel like you want to ask me something. And I was like, have a good day. Okay, you can go now. And it was just, I don't know. I wasn't frozen because I was starstruck or nervous. I was frozen because I was like, I want to ask him to be on the show, but I feel like it's going to go badly. So
who talked bad about him?
Just somebody who used to be on this show long time ago, before Randy, before anybody. So anyway, it was dumb. It was about when he was saying he was a little bit worried about his kids playing football because of concussions and stuff. And he got a lot of heat for that. So Bruno Baller says, if you say you're Randy White, he might think you're Randy White who played for the Cowboys.
Well, I mean, Fitzy
Fitzy
and I are like this right here. We're like this.
Why don't we get him?
Oh my God!
If you're like Fitzy, this, get him.
I mean, I don't have his number. I need to have his number. If I had Fitzy's number, he would come on the show because he would remember the Hall of Fame.
How are you like this without his number?
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're like that.
Does he know you're like this?
I have a picture of Fitzy standing with his arm around me, and he called me the Hall of Famer. He called me the Hall of Famer.
It's called.
He called you the legend.
What?
He called you the legend.
Yeah, he called me the legend. What'd you say, Ralph?
I said it's called Photoshop.
No, it's real. I was there.
It's real. Yeah. No.
I'll show you. Silver Pop says, Jim Rome, hell to the no. Give me, I can't read that. Hefty Lefty says, first time he used that number is just to text him, congratulate him on a milestone, a good thing that he does with charity. Then it's not you wanting anything. It's a friendly reminder when he was on the show.
Look, these guys know, especially these guys that are on the second part of their careers now. They're out of the NFL and they're into some sort of media aspect. They understand why you're texting. And if you text them the correct way, they will respond, and they are very courteous and I understand that Kurt Warner's a very gracious human being, and he will come on our show and he will pick our draft, and then you guys will be forever indebted to me.
I'll leave that with you. I'll get you the number.
All right.
One week notice.
I know it's pretty quick. Glendale Runner says, the sound you hear at Dallas Fort Worth is that of a 70-plus-year-old man with a Southern twang yelling, "All I want is a happy ending." He's like, "Oh, nope, sorry, disregard that. That was a Patriot owner."
Oh no.
It's actually kind of also Jerry Jones, if we're honest.
That's not untrue. Oh no.
Everybody wants a happy ending. Donnie says, "What is the draft order? We'll let you know when we have it." Moist One says, "For draft order, we should all take pictures of our feet and get them graded by someone with a foot fetish. May the best feet win." That'd be mine.
Wow.
I'd
I've got amazing. I could be a foot model. My feet.
I'll just take your word for it.
Don't even want to know this. No, really, don't want to.
All I gotta do is get my toenails clipped, and because they're scary, and then get all that dead skin scrubbed off. After that, I've got the best looking feet around.
Oh my god!
I would put my feet up against anybody else's feet.
Can we not do that?
You don't have to. If you want that crown, you get to just have it. To be honest, it's all yours.
I'll take the win. It's true though. I'm not making this up. Heavy Metal Maniac guy, he's like, yes, I get a new shirt every single season. Mr. Pringle says, Jeffrey, you know how, how do you know what Bill Clinton's penis looks like?
Doesn't everybody?
It's well documented, Pringle.
Yeah, it's been out there.
The whole thing about that is his penis is kind of like directions you get from a guy on the side of the road. You just go down there a little bit and turn left. That's basically his penis.
Everyone's seen it except for Hillary.
I woke up today and I did not know that. And I wish I still didn't.
Ralph, did you just say everyone's seen it except Hillary?
Exactly.
No, it's not. That's not a lie. Fighting Wampa says, Jeffrey, sounds like Rex Ryan would be your best friend. Maybe he can do the draft order for you.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't want him anywhere near my feet. I said my feet are attractive. I didn't say I'm a foot whore. Okay, I don't need Rex Ryan slobbering all over my toes. Forget that.
That's why. Why did you put that in anybody's head? That mental
sitting
image.
there stop on his wife's feet in the car. Remember that video? All over her toes. And she was wearing sandals, so them feet were filthy. I'm glad that's your wife's feet, but it doesn't make it any more sanitary. You know, it's gross. I think now's the time we should probably have a weather report, Randy. This makes sense. We're caught up on the text line.
From the Harmon Solar 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Look, man, it's hot.
That music's pretty loud. I can't hear your weather. There you go. It's hot.
111, 112 downtown.
Yeah.
Partly cloudy skies. Currently, we're looking at a chance of rain tonight. There is, if I look on the radar, there is some chances of storms popping up. Tomorrow, 103. On Saturday, 96, Jeffrey. 98 Sunday, and 95 on Monday. From the 1580, the Fanatic Harmon Solar Weather Center. The Weather Hefe. Back to you, Jeff. Go.
You've destroyed Keon.
Yeah, I think we broke Keon with the Rex Ryan feet in his mouth thing. You all saw that too, right? Where he's sitting in a car.
Yeah,
I just love your feet, lady.
And every time I see that video, I feel like there's salt invading my house.
What do you mean every time you see that video? When was the last time you saw it?
He's taking
it
a
happened
toothpick too.
It happened like 12 years ago. No one should have seen it recently.
Look, at least it was his wife, okay? At least he bought her the sandals.
Still gross.
I'll Google it.
That doesn't mean that I want the mental image of Rex Ryan and any such thing in my mind.
I'm Googling.
I got it.
You're sending that to Keon right now?
Yeah, I'm going to post that up. I'm going to post that up on the Twitter, on the break.
You're going to put it on your Twitter page?
No, I'm just going to tell Twitter that tweet is not relevant to me.
You should post your feet next to it.
Help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours.
Wow.
I don't want to post my feet if that means Rex Ryan will get an erection. That ain't none of my business. I go wear my flip-flops next time at the station.
What?
That's right. Hey, everybody.
Everyone get erections.
Hey, erection for you. Erection for you. Erection for you.
He's got Viagra feet.
Immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours.
When we come back, you think maybe we could talk about these quarterbacks?
As long as we talk about their feet, okay.
We're going to pretend like that hour didn't happen.
I would like to. I would really like to. I don't know if I can.
No,
Is there a way I could get the top of my head removed so I can pour bleach inside? Maybe you'll figure it out.
Emotional damage on Keon's brain. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Emotional damage.
And paid for by Linear Marketing Group. Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $17,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. We've helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-268-1993 now. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-268-1993. That's 800-268-1993. Again, 800-268-1993.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
And now, here are the top 3 things experts recommend you do to survive the summer with a broken AC. 1, breathe very slowly. 2, do not make any sudden moves until help arrives.
Just ignore it.
3, calmly express your disappointment to your husband for neglecting service on your air conditioner.
They finally get me unstuck from this leather chair. I'm gonna kick your...
Summers in Arizona are brutal. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air. From 24/7 emergency service to diagnostic checkups to full replacement, Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. With federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-362-4599. That's 602-362-4599. Or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, Radio Pound, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is joining us. And, of course, you guys are on the text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I got nothing else in front of me. I got no texts. I got no other pieces of paper. But I got this list of quarterbacks, by God, and we're going to talk about it. And I've only got one name highlighted on this list, and I'll explain to you why. But let's go ahead and tell you where this list is from. It's a ranking of every starting NFL quarterback by Complex. It's a sports website. They do a lot of stuff on like sneakers and basketball, but they do all sorts of different sports stuff too. And I saw this list, and I was like, yeah, this is not a bad list. Actually, it's not a bad list, not 100% accurate, but that they did is just ranked, the best quarterbacks. And it's, it's pretty easy to figure out who 1, 2, and 3 are, right? Well, that's, Ralph, without even looking at the list, even Ralph could do this. The 1, 2, and 3 quarterbacks in the league. Go ahead.
Mahomes.
Yeah.
Allen.
Yes.
Probably guy from San Diego.
He's 4 on their list, but Joe Burrow.
Oh, Burrow. I'm sorry. I forgot about Burrow. Yeah.
When his calves are active, like his glutes, then Joe Burrow would be number 3.
What?
I don't know. I just feel like he should be activating his glutes. It's something I'm just it's a theory. Anyway, so here's their top 10. Now, as you start to go, you think, is that right? And then as you start to go further, you're like, yeah, okay, maybe. Let me give you the list. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Herbert, like Ralph got. Then Lamar Jackson is number 5. Jalen Hurts is number 6 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Trevor Lawrence is number 7. Aaron Rodgers is number 8. And then, I don't know, Kirk Cousins is number 9. Deshaun Watson is number 10. That's the one I don't get. He was bad last year. How do you rank him starting out 2023 at number 10? Let me tell you who he's over. Jared Goff at 11. Dak Prescott at 12. Kyler Murray at 13. What? I did the same thing. They ranked Kyler Murray at number 13. Over Matthew Stafford, Tua Tagovailoa, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, Ryan Tannehill, Justin Fields, and Russell Wilson at 20. There's another one. I'm like, that might be higher than it should be. Kyler Murray might be higher than he should be. And Deshaun Watson, probably higher than he should be. So, but the one that kind of stuck out as being egregiously low, in my opinion, was Brock Purdy for the San Francisco 49ers at 23. I think Brock Purdy is better than, and I'm going to go up the list, Mac Jones, who's at 22. I think Brock Purdy is better than Derek Carr, who's at 21. As of late, Brock Purdy is better than Russell Wilson, who is at 20. Brock Purdy, different style. Justin Fields still needs to prove himself, but I'm going to say Brock Purdy, from what we saw last year, better than Justin Fields.
And that's the thing, is I don't know if I can put Brock Purdy that high, just because Brock Purdy was playing on a loaded team and he only played 5 games.
But if you're going to claim that,
but if you're going to do that, and I'm criticizing their list now. You can't have rookies, and this is the pet peeve I was talking about earlier. You can't put rookies above guys who have played.
Well,
you're trying to do a little bit of projection, I guess.
Who's the rookies?
Bryce Young, CJ Stroud.
And where are they at?
Anthony Richardson. Oh, they're all towards the bottom, and they're not at the bottom, and that's what he's saying.
Well, yeah,
I agree with you.
It's just that if you plug Bryce Young into they got Baker Mayfield at 31. You plugged him into that Tampa Bay team. Baker, just because he's played in the NFL, he's been in NFL weight rooms, he's seen NFL film, he's played in the league, and he understands what it takes to lead a locker room. Bryce Young, I think he's a smart dude. I think he will turn out to be a fine quarterback, but he hasn't done it yet. Entering the 2023 season, he's better.
A day
that
later,
doesn't make any sense to me.
A day later, he would be, because Baker Mayfield is booty. He's about to lose the starting quarterback position to a guy that I can't ever remember his name. What was his name?
It's Kyle Trask.
Thank you. Kyle Trask. Jordan Love, it's not just my opinion now. Now there's a lot of people who are watching in camp, and they're just like, I feel like the Green Bay Packers might be trying to get the number 1 pick next year because Jordan Love is doing horrible.
He's terrible.
Desmond Ritter.
He's good. He's got talent. He's a smart.
But do the Falcons have enough talent?
They're going to be a running team. Yeah, they're not. They're not going to ask Desmond Ritter to throw the ball 40 times a game. I mean,
then that doesn't put him very high as a quarterback. So, I wasn't asking about the running game.
But
he
needs to manage the game.
The Falcons still have the talent he needs to be productive.
That's what I'm saying. The way that they're going to play, when they ask him to step up in certain moments and make throws, and like Ralph said, manage the game. Keep the team on schedule, pick up those first downs. If your running game, gets you 6 yards and we need you to throw and pick up 4, we do it. And last year he showed a little bit that he could.
Yeah. So Silver Pops is taking issue. He says, put Brock Purdy in another team and he won't have the same production. Let's not get crazy. Russell Wilson has a ring. So yeah, he's better than Purdy. You know what? Old Russell Wilson. Yeah. Current Russell Wilson. Nah, I don't.
He's still better.
I think Russell Wilson's better. And if you take Brock Purdy and you drop him on that Broncos team last year with all the receiver injuries that they had, with all the issues staying healthy on the offensive line that they had, he's not 5-0 with 1,300 yards.
But listen to what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is he's better. That doesn't mean he's going.
I don't think that the guy that's played in the league for 10 years is worse than the guy that's played 5 games.
I do.
So guys, if you're saying Russ Wilson is better than most of these quarterbacks on the list here, I
didn't. No one is saying that.
Brock Purdy at 23.
I actually think Russell Wilson at 20 is
okay. So let's see. Here's Russell Wilson at 20.
It should be.
Does everybody say yes or no? Russell Wilson at 20, is he better than Derek Carr?
No.
Yes, he is.
No. Yeah, I think he is.
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's
I'm
not.
on the fence on that.
Look at last season. It was that bad last season.
But it was
Is
a
he
perfect
better
storm last
than
season.
Mac Jones.
Yes.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Russell Wilson right now.
I agree on
in
that.
the NFL.
No.
But we're going with Russell Wilson. Is Russell Wilson
5
better
games.
than Jimmy Garoppolo?
No.
Russell Wilson better.
No.
Oh yeah,
No.
he is.
Yeah.
Is he better than Kenny Pickett?
If
Yes.
Russ
Yes.
Wilson was a better quarterback than the guys you're talking about, he would have made a difference last year.
No.
Is
I
Russell
remind
Wilson
you
better
that-
than Bryce Young?
Do
Can I
Yes.
remind you that Russell Wilson did not
Yes, he
score?
is.
He did not make that team score more than 17 points a
And-
game on average.
And it's just like, what are we gonna put that all on Russ, or
Yeah,
the
you
fact
can't.
that he had an
Yes, I
offensive?
am.
He had an
Yes, I am.
offensive.
Wilson
Wait, no,
a
hold on.
better player than CJ Stroud.
Yes.
Well,
By
yes,
far.
CJ
Maybe.
hasn't played.
I know, but I
Hasn't
feel like
played.
I'm going to say that CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, after one game, will be better than Russell Wilson.
Did you
CJ
see CJ
Stroud
Stroud last week?
in the preseason against the vanilla cover
Horrendous.
2 was
All right,
throwing
maybe
off
not
of his
CJ
back
Stroud.
foot across his body
Yeah.
late on a
horrible.
3-step drop. What are we
Anthony
talking
Richardson,
about
I got a
right now?
question mark.
What are we
Sam
actually talking about?
Howell. Is
You
Sam
guys-
Howell better than Russell Wilson?
No.
yes.
No,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yes.
say no.
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 I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes.
Is
That- and
Russell
Sam-
Wilson better than
Sam's my
Desmond
guy.
Ritter?
No,
I'm going to
Yes.
say yes because what happened last weekend? The Cardinals beat the damn the Broncos, and last year the Broncos
What
averaged
is that going to do with anything?
17 points a game. If you are a superstar quarterback, do you think your team averages 17 points a game?
Didn't he have one drive last week and score a touchdown?
In preseason, Ralph.
Right. I'm just saying, but he had
Take a
one drive,
shower.
scored a touchdown with
I'm
100
talking
rating.
about last season. I'm talking about
Well, last
last
season, number one, it was a new team. He was completely out of sorts. Tons of injuries around him.
And they're the worst coach in football.
And the worst coach in football.
Nathaniel Hackett was a joke.
He had his trainer in the office. He had an office in the damn complex, and he still didn't. He wasn't.
We're not saying he hasn't gotten a big head over the years and he has issues, but he's still better than most of these guys.
Okay, so let's take it the other direction. Is Russell Wilson better than Justin Fields?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I would say
Russell Wilson better than Ryan Tannehill?
Yes.
Yes.
No, not right now. I think he's solid.
Oh my God.
Tannehill's not great, but he's better than Russell Wilson right now. Right now.
I think
Tannehill's been on some teams that have been sorry, and they win a lot for what they have.
Is Russell Wilson better than Daniel Jones? No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
That's tough. That's close.
No, not with
Russell Wilson better than Geno Smith?
Not with Dable coaching.
No, and Daniel Jones doesn't belong on 17 because it wasn't Daniel Jones that made that team good. Everybody knows it was damn Saquon Barkley.
It was a combination.
It was
the combination was 80-20 though. It was
but it was a combination.
It was mostly Saquon. But he
still need a guy throwing the ball.
But he
had no receivers to throw to.
He didn't have receivers, and he limited the interceptions. That's the reason.
Can we all agree that Kyler Murray should not be at 13?
That's real high. Boy, that's real high.
Can we all agree that Deshaun Watson should not be at 10?
Deshaun Watson shouldn't be breathing near 10.
Deshaun Watson should be. And listen, Kyler Murray, I don't know what Kyler Murray has because the offensive scheme he was in last year was absolutely abhorrent.
The fact that he wore a bra, he's at 30.
The fact that you can give Kyler the offensive scheme pass, but you can't give the guy coach.
Ralph, yours is called a girdle, and it's okay.
But
do you mean that Kyler Murray's behind Dak Prescott, who led the damn league in interceptions last year?
I'd move Dak down too, though.
It's close.
I think Kyler's high, but I think Dak's high. I move him down too.
If Kyler Murray's the bottom of the league, Dak Prescott's got to be somewhere near the bottom.
They're right next to each other.
I would have Kyler above Dak.
Well, what's this list based on? What's this list based on? Does it say what they're looking at?
The opinions of two guys. That's what the list.
So this is just a list to piss people off.
Not really. I mean,
yeah, they did pretty good for most of it. It's just there's a couple of these guys who are really off the mark. Really off.
But I think that's going to be true for anybody's list. Like if anybody made a list of they ranked all the quarterbacks, there's nobody in the world that's going to be 100% happy with every list. They got the obvious stuff, I think, right.
I think they got the first four right.
Yeah, but then you start to get, outside of the top 9 basically, and it's a disaster.
According to Complex, this was a group effort by the staff.
So they're all a bunch of idiots.
Okay, well they got two guys listed on the story.
Yeah.
How is Geno Smith not in the top 10? After what he did last year.
Please.
After what he did last year.
If
we're going to look at last year as a big factor, how do you not have him top 10?
He's not.
No, but look at last year, right? So we're looking at last year. How's he not a top 10? He has to be. He's 9 or 10.
Did you guys you were 500?
No, they weren't 500.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were under 500.
They're in the playoffs.
They were above 5. They were much better. Look, I have trouble putting Geno below Stafford, not knowing what Stafford's arm is like. I have trouble putting Geno below Tua because Tua had like 3 concussions last year, and being available to play, in my opinion, is part of being good.
Yeah.
And Geno was there, and Geno was good.
We just don't know yet. And remember, this is about this year. This isn't about the past. This is, by the way, Russell Wilson today, even with a better coach, is not Russell Wilson of yesterday.
I think Russell.
That's why I said
he's going to have a good. I really think he's going to have a good year. I think he's going to surprise people this year. I think he has a lot to prove. I think he knows what people are saying about him. And when that guy's backed in a corner, he does the work. And I have a feeling he's going to have a good year. And I think the Broncos are going to have a good year.
Much of that work was done on an airplane running up and down the aisle.
Doing heinies.
Don't skip leg day.
I get it. I mean, I just think he's going to have a good year. I really do. I think he'll bounce back.
Well, Captain Cringe is going to have a good year because either that or Sean Payton, the stuff he said.
He'll get rid of him.
It's not going to be.
Yeah, he'll get rid of him.
You think they get rid of the No.
Broncos
are not going to cut bait on Sean Payton after 1 year.
No. I mean, Wilson. Russell Wilson doesn't have a good year.
Sean Payton's just trying to, put positive quotes out there for his guy, build his confidence, and trying to get him in a place where it's like, all right, the coach believes in me. But Sean Payton will send him up the river if he doesn't perform. Like that's That's not out of the realm of Sean Payton at all.
Brock
Gotta
Purdy's
tell
way
you,
too high too.
I've got to question the integrity of this list. When Dak Prescott is number 12.
Yeah, that's
really?
crazy.
Yeah, it's too
Really?
high. That is way too high. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to do the top 5, isn't it? And then after that, it's everybody's opinion.
There's not going to be a list that makes anybody happy outside of any top 10 ever.
After the season that Jared Goff put together, he's number 11, and Deshaun Watson is number 10.
Right, that's crazy.
That's insane. It's
Jared Goff
insane.
should be 9
Jared Goff
on this list.
played his ass off last year in a way that I didn't think Jared Goff could.
Well, he should be up there with Kirk. I mean, Kirk Cousins had like was
He
it a
should be-
$4,000 4,000
4,300 yards,
Goff
man.
should be higher than Christian Kirk. I think Goff should be at 9, and then you should
And
have
then
after
Aaron
that Kirk
Rodgers
Cousins.
after last season. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're going off last season,
Yeah, he should be lower than. Yeah,
But I'm not just looking
Well,
at
that's not all
stats.
in
I'm
him,
like,
though,
does he still have the ability? He had, he had rookies. There were other factors there too in Green Bay. And you look at what he has now coming into this season when you're surrounded by Garrett Wilson and you got Breece Hall in the backfield and you got that defense backing you up. I mean, there's going to be some short fields to work with for Aaron Rodgers. Like, I just think that he's going to have a good year just based on the team around him.
Yeah, I agree.
Jagdog wants to know if Sam Howell is better than Josh Rosen.
190%.
Yeah.
This one I got to give Sam Howell his due.
Yeah.
I don't know who he
190%.
is, but I think he's better than Josh
At
Rosen.
no point has he
yeah.
ever looked more lost and confused than Josh Rosen, who
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
looked scared at every point that he ever played.
Fighting Wampa says, watching Hard Knocks and seeing Daniel Hackett running around the field like an idiot, I can understand why Russell Wilson had the season he had last year.
This is a man who has his offensive room making animal noises. Okay. I don't think that guy coaches you and then gets the best out of a quarterback. And I don't care who it is, if it's Russell Wilson or anybody else.
Basically, I think the reason Aaron Rodgers likes Hackett is because Hackett just was a yes man for him.
Yes.
Everybody else got crap from Hackett, but Aaron Rodgers ran the room.
Aaron can go up to Nathaniel Hackett and say, I don't like that play. Play's gone.
Yep. And then you saw that on this edition of Hard Knocks. He just says, yeah, about that play. And you're like,
Yeah. That play is gone.
Against
Never run
spread
anything.
says AFC East. Jets step forward and Dolphins step back. Tua is a concussion case. He should sit out the season for his health. AFC North. Browns take a step forward, and I'm worried about Burrow's injury. AFC West, Chargers take a step back, and Broncos step forward. Sean Payton's a good coach. AFC South, not a good conference. Wait.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's true. That's where the Colts are. NFC East, Dallas steps back. NFC North, Chicago steps forward. That's what I've been predicting. And Packers, Minnesota step back. That's an obvious one. NFC South is a bad conference. NFC West, San Francisco takes a step back because the league has film on Purdy now, and he's hurt, and Trey Lance sucks. And Seattle is the dominant team in that division, especially with Bobby Wagner back.
They are.
And that is all Against the Spread has to say about that.
Purdy has looked really bad in camp too.
Yeah, he's coming
Really
back.
bad.
He had that surgery.
Look, no, I get that, but I'm saying everybody is sitting there watching him going, they're worried because he doesn't look good at all.
They schemed some things last year for him.
I'm going to tell you guys right now who's going to win the NFC West. It's going to be the damn Cardinals.
Oh, I actually really
This
just
isn't a
sat-
golf score.
I sat
wonder
back
why that took so long.
and pricked my ears up like what as though I didn't know what the answer was going to be before
Listen,
Randy
I
started
mean,
talking.
I'll go ahead and accept your apologies later on this season when the Cardinals win the damn NFC West.
It's going to be Seattle, San Francisco, the Rams, and the
Okay.
Cardinals. That's your
You-
division.
You poor young man, you.
Thank
Hefty
you for calling me
Lefty
young.
has a good question. Hefty Lefty says, fun question. Do you think the best backup in the league is better than the worst starter? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I
and we
agree.
can talk about that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
Atlanta Falcons running back Bijan Robinson is the betting favorite to win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. The former Texas Longhorn is at plus 300. Carolina Panthers quarterback Bryce Young, who was the #1 overall pick back in April, is at plus 400 to win the honor. Anthony Richardson, who was just named the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, plus 750. Jamar Gibbs, wide receiver, the Detroit Lions, plus 850 to win Rookie of the Year. C.J. Stroud, quarterback of the Houston Texans, at plus 900. Wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba of the Seattle Seahawks, plus 1,400. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first-year cash back match, only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Are you ready for the NFL season? Are you ready to win $1,580 in cold hard cash? Sign up today for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Get over to 1580thefanatic.com and sign up today. Someone needs to win this $1,580 first prize. Why not you? Finish in second place. Cha-ching! You win $500. The Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and the question was posed: is the best backup in the league better than the worst quarterback in the league? And we all agreed yes, but now you have to ask, who is the best backup in the league? And I'm going to say it could possibly be Jacoby Brissett for the Washington Commandos. Gardner Minshew is pretty good too, but are we missing someone else who is a better backup? I don't feel like there's any quarterback controversies left to be resolved, except for Baker Mayfield about to lose his job to somebody you've never heard of.
Granted, the guy you've never heard of has been in the league for like 5 or 4 years, whatever.
Could have fooled me.
So it's not like he's never been here.
But he's not one of the. He's not the best backup.
No.
So who's the best backup?
I think Jacoby could be on that list. I think Tyrod Taylor. The guy seems to always lose his job because he has the most ridiculous injuries, but he never plays bad when he's starting.
What about number 50?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Bridgewater's a solid backup. I mean,
but he's not as good as Jacoby Brissett, right?
I don't think so. I think Jacoby could actually, win you a few games.
Yeah. Well, he won me half our games when he was our starting quarterback after Andrew Luck was like, squirrel, I'm out. Hefty Lefty says Teddy throw save it might be better than the worst starter. Throwsevelt? Oh, Throwsevelt.
Oh.
Teddy Throwsevelt. So, all right, what do you guys, Randy, Ralph? What do you think?
Who's the worst starter?
The worst starter is Jordan Love.
You think so?
I agree. That's the one thing I'll agree with on this list is probably Jordan Love, maybe Baker Mayfield.
But we don't know that yet. I mean,
we know that Baker Mayfield is booty. We know Jordan Love has struggled in camp and also hasn't been great when he's been put out on the field. So it's going to be between those two for worst starter.
I mean, it's only been one game, so we got to see more. But man, if CJ Stroud doesn't get any better, he might just have a year where he's going to be the worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Again, rookie quarterbacks they're all learning. Anthony Richardson's going to be learning along with CJ Stroud and Bryce Young.
They're all learning, but the preseason defenses are vanilla. And he
looked lost.
The game looked too fast for him.
Yeah, it did.
And when you have a 3-step drop, look, it's 3 steps. Ball's got to be out. He hitches, then he throws off he shuffles his other foot back and then throws it, and it's a pick. He gave the defender too much time to get there.
He looked bad, real bad.
I'm not saying that's he can't. The game can't slow down for him a little bit more, but the fact that he also plays for the Texans and that offense is horrible and it's not going to help him. There's not going to be any bail you out kind of plays going on there with what the Texans have.
I don't know if Moisman's serious or not, but he says Sam Darnold
is a backup.
He's a starter. He's a third string.
Andy Dalton's out there somewhere.
No, I think Darnold, because Darnold's in San Fran.
Yeah, he's a third string there right now. They have him listed as third on the depth chart.
He's behind Lance.
He's behind Trey Lance.
Trey Lance is booty.
That ain't great.
So, yeah, to answer the question, Jacoby Brissett is better than Baker Mayfield. I agree. And I think he's better than Jordan Love.
Probably. We just haven't seen Jordan Love enough yet, but he looks bad.
I mean, Jordan Love played two games. First game, he looked horrifyingly bad. And the second game, he looked okay.
I didn't realize talking about quarterbacks is going to get so shouty. There's a lot of shouting that has gone on the last half hour. I didn't see that one coming.
So
got shouty.
Got weird at the end of hour 2.
I think we just tired out Randy.
Well, he's still thinking about Make-A-Wish.
I mean, come on.
Oh, don't start that up again.
Come on, man.
We are not opening that can.
Randy, I'll tell you what. I'll release you from your conservatorship. Okay, I'll sign the paper. You're a free man. So I wondered, why is all this stuff happening now? And I think Michael Orr might have somebody in his ear, and I don't know that he's wrong, but I think the reason it's happening now is I saw this. It just kind of caught my eye. I don't even know if you guys saw this, but I guess Michael Orr has a new book out.
Yeah.
And he was out there yesterday at a book signing in Mississippi, and he had a bunch of people come through, and they were there to get him to sign their copy of his new book with a very long title called When Your Back's Against the Wall. Fame, football, and lessons learned through a lifetime of adversity. If you have a title that's a run-on sentence, you need a better editor.
Because the last part of that could have just been a book title in and of itself. Why don't you just call it that?
But he was very cheerful, and he was sitting there for 2 hours signing books and being very gracious and nice to everybody and thanking everybody for their support. While they were there, some people bought his book and the Blind Side book. And there's one lady, she's like, yeah, you get both books. You read them both. You see what you think. She's just like, I'm going to look at both sides of the story. And that's what Randy was saying yesterday. Somewhere in the middle, the truth will be found. Mm-hmm. And but the fact that this is all coming out right now, oh, look at that. While he's trying to push a book.
Go figure.
It may not be him that's diabolical, but whoever is in his ear, well, they very well might be. Speaking of diabolical, did you guys hear Chiefsaholic? He got indicted. Chiefsaholic, remember him? He's the Chiefs super fan that would wear the, like, for some reason, a wolf's head. Why a wolf's head?
I thought it was a coyote.
They don't have coyotes in Missouri, do they?
I thought it was a coyote head. But
because
anyway,
I know their mascot's a coyote, so
I know what you're
the
doing.
Chiefs.
Go ahead. Yeah,
their coyote is their
Yeah,
mascot's a coyote.
Yeah,
he wears
that makes
red
no damn
overalls.
sense.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, then fine. Then it's a coyote face. Whatever. He robbed some banks and he stole some stuff, like $800,000. And then he got in trouble, and then he skipped bail, and then now today 19 count indictment. 19 counts he was indicted on. Now his lawyer is still like, he's innocent.
Well, that's what your lawyer's supposed to say, though.
Yeah, but don't throw the innocent word around. Maybe he's not that guilty. You try that. People are like, all right, I can believe he's not that guilty.
I don't think that's necessarily how that works.
He's not 19 guilty.
Yeah,
maybe 8 guilty.
Who among us hasn't said, give me your money, I'm gonna blow your head off? Who among us hasn't just, come on, slipped a note to somebody saying,
I mean,
you're dead if you don't hand me the cash?
Out of the 4 of us, I think there's 3 of us that have not done that.
3?
Yeah.
I would have gone 2, but all right.
Whomst among us hasn't been apprehended by
I
the
have
police
never done that, Jeffrey. I don't care what you say. I've
with
never done that.
$150,000 in a Ziploc bag.
You can keep blaming me for this stuff, but
Statute of limitation, Randy. I think you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're good. All right. So Chiefsaholic story looks like it's getting ready to come to an end. I mean, imagine you have to wait. Do you have to wait? I mean, there's a movie right there. There is a fun movie right there. You know,
we can call it The Blind Side.
Yeah, Blind Side 2. I can't see in this stupid mask. Give me your money. My name's Xavier.
That's what I was thinking. I can't see in the mask.
No, Xavier Babador. You know my name. I mean, it's not really me. Oh God, I'm bad at this. Chiefsaholic movie is it's got to be coming soon. I feel like that'll be a good one.
Travis Kelce called him a legend before he knew all the details. You know, I'm just saying, it's one of those things where it's just like you couldn't imagine a guy that's that well known and his face is everywhere and his Twitter account, and like a bunch of people were following him, and he was just robbing several banks the whole time.
Can we have some fun with this since he didn't hurt nobody? Can we be like,
I think so. I mean,
he's an idiot. He's not a hero, but it could be a fun movie, except for the girl at one of the banks. She's just traumatized, and she had to she had to quit her job because every time after that, she was like thinking everybody was going to rob her.
Here's the problem. He would walk in the bank with his Chiefs Sunday gear. He'd have his coyote head on.
You think what you do is you get a Raiders jersey and a different thing and pin it on the people you hate.
Makes sense.
No, this guy was not very bright. Not at all. By the way, speaking of the Chiefs, Randy, this will be interesting. The Chiefs starters could play the full half in this preseason game that you guys are playing with them. So
they did last year. Andy Reid is like, listen, if an injury is going to happen, it's going to happen, but we're going to get our reps in.
I'm saying there's a reason to go to the game now. You can actually see Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and the starters for the Chiefs, a Super Bowl contender at State Farm Stadium.
I shouldn't have given up my tickets. Dang it.
See?
I did actually. I had 2 tickets. I gave them up.
So that's 5 p.m. on Saturday, by the way. So
just word to the wise. When the Chiefs are in town, they actually play their starters in the preseason.
I have other plans at 5 p.m. on Saturday.
Your new offensive coordinator, by the way, his name is Drew Petzing. Drew Petzing.
Yeah.
Droopy Singh.
Droopy
Singh.
Patter. Yeah.
Droopy Singh. He was like, I haven't quite decided. I'm new at this. If I'm going to be on the sideline or up in the booth. And he's like, sideline booth. I saw a picture of him. Dude, you need to be in the booth. Kyler Murray is taller than you. You need to be in the booth. Really? You should not be on the sideline. You can't offensively coordinate what you can't see. Droopy Zing. get your ass up into the booth where you got TV screens and you can just yell at people through the headset.
Well, you got the TV screens, you got the unlimited beverages, you
Hot
got
dogs.
hot dogs that
Sure.
are coming in.
It's like it's luxury.
Who
Come
is
on,
this guy?
Drew.
I never
I'm
heard of
going.
this guy.
I'm going booth every time.
It's either
he's
Drew
really young.
Petzing or Droopy Zing.
Where'd he come from?
He's 36.
He's also 3'6". So
damn.
No, I'm serious.
And-
Look at the
and,
picture of him on the sideline, and you're like, whoa, those players are huge. No, they're not. Okay.
Well, they needed somebody to look at Murray in the eye, probably. So that makes
I
sense.
look up to you, Kyler.
Ha ha.
Make him feel
Ralph.
better about himself, right? I mean,
Ralph.
He's with the Browns last year.
oh, well, that's going to be great
Ralph.
for them.
That's
Oh
why.
my
Because
God,
Brissett, when
Ralph.
Brissett was the one playing, and their offense actually looked pretty good. I think they're hoping to recreate some level of that. So
He needs to get his Droopy Zing up into the booth. That's what I say. It's too short. Oh, hey, Keon, you have a new sponsor for your Commandos, which is good because, you lost a lot of sponsors under your last owner. Now, Josh Harris is there, and they're like, well, we need to get a good paying sponsor in here. But, all the good sponsors are taken. Well, who could really use some help right now? Because things ain't been going great for them. I know. Bud Light.
that was the original beer sponsor, though.
Well, first Bud Light, was your sponsor. Then they did that whole thing that got everybody mad. And of course, they weren't wrong. The people who were mad were wrong.
Yeah, I guess. But when the reports came out with Daniel Snyder, they left. And now Dan Snyder's not there. They're repairing the relationship. That wasn't the only sponsor they landed. They got a couple more.
Who else did they get?
Hold on, let me look it up here.
Let's say Target and who else could it be? All those guys that were wrong.
FedEx.
No, they already had FedEx.
Well, they already had FedEx.
Well, I thought they were gone. I thought they left them.
No, the CEO of FedEx was one of the minority owners, and he sold his share of the team back. Verizon,
Taco Kenny,
Verizon
you're right.
was the other sponsor.
Taco Kennedy says, hey, guys, you're forgetting that redhead quarterback from Dallas. He was decent. Cooper Rush. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about somebody else? Whedon? I don't know.
Cooper Rush is all right. Yeah.
He actually is pretty good.
He was red-ish. I don't think he was really proper red. You're not talking about Andy Dalton, are you? Whistling Gerbil says, that number 4 on the Raiders, best quarterback in this draft class.
Aiden O'Connell?
Huh?
I think.
Number 4. You sure?
Moiswin says that Michael Orr title can be easily confused with another bestseller. When your back is against the door, Confessions from Ben Roethlisberger's Bodyguard.
Wow. No.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's Aiden O'Connell.
Against the Spread says Chiefsaholic would be a great movie, Jeffrey, but you got to make a real movie, not like The Blind Side. You only have to make the film fiction in the end where the Chiefs mascot gets into a running street gun battle like De Niro, Pacino, Val Kilmer, and Heat. That would be something. That would be. I think Pinhead from the Las Vegas Raiders should be involved in this too. Now you're talking. We should greenlight this thing Against the Spread with your gambling winnings. I don't think he's going to go for that. If he's not going to bet on the Cardinals, he won't go on that bet either. So. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got On This Date in Big George's sports history, and then whatever football crap we can put in there. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
And paid for by Linear Marketing Group. Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $17,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. We've helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-278-0630 now. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-278-0630. That's 800-278-0630. Again, 800-278-0630.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you hit, pass it, dunk it, shoot it, check it, throw it, putt it, or block it, then we're gonna talk about it. I like that. I just thought I'd clear that up. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It is the Daily Blender for a Thursday here on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. And we've been talking football, pro football. And the season is what? It
feels good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Season quickly approaching, and FanDuel giving you the chance to win all season long, because right now, when you bet on a Super Bowl winner, so let's say you take Keon's favorite to win the Super Bowl. Keon, who's your Super Bowl favorite?
Bills. Cool. The Bills.
So let's say you take the Bills to win the Super Bowl. You can get bonus bets every time the Bills win this regular season. Just pick any team. Who's that again, Keon?
The Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo
How come you
Bills.
don't ask me?
I'll ask you next time.
Is it because you know I'm going to say your mom? Is that why you don't ask me? Because I wasn't going to say that this time.
I mean, now I know that.
I wasn't going to say that.
Now I know it. Yeah. So Ralph, if I were no, so Keon, who would you
Ask
who would
me.
be your other? No,
Come on.
no. Mm-mm. Well,
Damn, I was going to say the
I mean,
Cardinals.
I love you, but I know who you're going to pick.
I was going to say the Cardinals.
Such a damn homer.
You're a liar, Ralph.
I was going
Yeah.
to say the Cardinals, but it's okay.
Right now, when you bet on a Super Bowl winner, you can get bonus bets every time they win in the regular season. Just pick any team to win the Super Bowl, and you'll get bonus bets for every victory. The Buffalo Bills win, you get bonus bets, and you can use those bonus bets on everything from spreads to player props to over-unders, a whole bunch more. Visit FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and start earning bonus bets with America's #1 sportsbook today. That's FanDuel.com/Randy1580, and you can start winning. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older, present in the state of Arizona, First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-refundable, non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Max bonus $50 unless specified otherwise. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. And if you have a gambling problem, please reach out and call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342, Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. And I guess Against the Spread is not going to pay for the Chiefsaholic movie idea that we were working. He says, gentlemen, I spend and invest my gambling winnings on golf rounds and stocks. I only bank 10% of my profit into my Cap'n bankroll. A public service announcement. The more you bet, the more you lose. All right, Against the Spread. We got to get some money for this movie. Yeah, I guess somebody else will probably come up with it. Big George says, Randy, Jeffrey, I did not get a chance to compliment you guys on your hats. Randy representing the local team. Jeffrey represents the best sports radio station in the world, 1580 The Fanatic. Keon always looks good with his hair. Ralph,
this is coming.
You need some help.
So, George, when you say we are the best radio station in the Valley,
he said the world.
Okay, the world. So when I see you text that other radio station,
Big George gets around in radio, if you know what I mean.
Big George.
Yeah, he's a whore.
Now, Big George, I did not call you a whore.
I did. Jeffrey O'Brien, Ralph.
I'm asking you when you go to that other station.
Agrees, I think.
Yeah.
That big giant station down the dial.
Whore.
I mean, where's your loyalty, Big George? If you text those guys and you ask them questions or you comment on their polls,
wow.
I didn't even know that. Randy White sees everything.
Oh, he comments on their polls.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Hopefully he's wearing it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Berg enters a contest at every radio station in town. I don't blame him. He's just trying to get stuff.
No,
that doesn't bother me.
Big George's not trying to get stuff.
Berg's a hustler. Big George just disloyal.
No, he's trying to get stuff from their polls.
Big George is trying to get their polls?
Well, I mean, he's trying to get their, he jumps in on their polls.
Big George is jumping on their polls?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does he land on them?
You learn a lot about people. I'm not going to kink shame. I mean, you do you, George. I feel like 7-foot man jumps on your pole. That's
would
dangerous.
That hurt, though? That would.
Something's getting broken.
Peroni's.
Or the bed. Just what? So are we done? What were we talking about?
Yeah. No, I'm done.
Oh. I didn't realize, see, that's the thing about Randy White. I never think you're ever on the Twitter. But it turns out
you never know when I am. You never know when I am. But
I'm guessing when you're in the bathroom.
It hurts my heart.
Big George says, I've never texted the other sports station down the dial. I only listen to you guys and KFI AM 640 in LA. I only respond to the other station polls since you guys stopped doing polls. I guess we could do polls again if you want us to. If that's what it takes to keep this marriage fresh. Okay.
Very nice.
Does anybody really like polls? Really? You guys want polls?
They have polls out there. Yeah.
I mean, they have them out there. I mean,
I see Big George on them all the time.
We have a new texter on the text line. Says, not sure why you're writing off Jordan Love so soon, Jeffrey. Watch his drives in the Packers' first preseason game. Not perfect, but he looked very comfortable and made all the right decisions. Signed, Jordan Love. Oh. Actually, he didn't sign it. So.
No, that's not. I was about to say that's not how burner accounts work, Jordan. You got to use somebody else's name.
So, really? What's the 260 area code? This new texter, I've never seen them before. I'm not going to give out the phone number. Just that's the area code. But 3853. If you'd like some suggestions for your texter nickname, if you want to be a part of it, If you are Jordan Love, let us know. But if you have some other text or nickname you'd like to throw out there, we're listening and willing to put that up there. But hey, Randy, what are the best text or nickname suggestions we have right now?
Well, I mean, we have a lot, Jeffco.
I think stripper pole should be one.
Well,
I don't know if Radio Ron is going to.
Excuse me.
You don't think he'd have stripper pole?
No.
Seems pretty innocuous to me.
So there's a Batman's asterisk and
jeez. Batman's asterisk. Wow.
How did we come up with that one? I kind of remember that one.
Wow.
The
By
one
the way,
you came up with, Taco Fall, Renee's sauce. We have that on there. Ray.
By the way, it's just an important announcement. Blissful Hayes wants everyone to know for some reason that he's higher than he should be. Okay. But
I mean, we figured that, but
back to the names, Randy.
Trouser cough.
Oh, that's such a good one.
I'm shocked it's still there.
Poo particles. Foot nipple.
Yeah.
That one's
Wiccan Coven Book Club.
Wiccan Coven Book Club.
Yeah.
It's a little clumsy.
Everyday anus.
Bruno Baller wants you to know that the 260 area code is Indiana. Oh, it's Andrew Luck.
I don't think he still lives in Indiana.
Oh, probably smart.
Fort Wayne, New Haven,
Why would he
Decatur,
stay in Indiana?
Angola, Huntington, Wabash, and most of northeastern Indiana. 260.
Dodger Danny says, I got some Dodger text names I can give you. I liked you better before we put Dodger on your name, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great name.
Pink
so
Eye.
The 260, it should be that should be Captain Andrew Luck.
No, Blissful Hayes, you can't change your name to that because I can't say that one on the air for sure. Mr. Pink Eye wants to make a poll about who at the Fanatic has the best hands. I got pretty good hands. Look at that hand. That's a good hand.
Well, I think that's one of our text names. Randy's Big Meat and
let's see your hands, everybody.
Jeffrey's Lube.
Everybody put your hand up just like I'm doing right now. We're going to pick who has the best hands.
Does it matter?
Turn your hand. Your hand the wrong way. Show me the back of your
both
hand.
sides of the hand.
Show me your pimp side of your hand, the back side, right here.
How are you going to ask who has the best hand and then
then turn your hand the other way?
It's a one-sided hand.
Is Ralph doing this too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ralph is making his weird. His is just kind of creepy right there. All right. So now everybody can go on the YouTube and pick who has the best hand. I'm pretty sure it's me.
Crotch.
Now all of you everybody look at their lifeline now. Who's dying first?
Snap crotch.
Which one is the lifeline?
I'm going to need tomorrow off.
Trouser.
There's a bunch of lines on the hand.
That's it. Just lines.
Just like a lot
Rim
of them.
roller.
Mine's in a dotted line, so I think I'm going to.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Or you'll be resuscitated many times.
Oh, that's annoying.
Kilt
Let me
commando.
go. Kilt commando. All right, Randy.
Monkey puncher.
I think we. Oh, I love that.
That's
one.
a good
I
one, too.
love that.
That's
one.
another one that I'm again stunned.
I
Why
came
is
up
it
with
still
that
there?
Monkey
Butt
puncher.
guster.
All right, we got to do something else real fast. We're running out of time, so give them a chance to sort of breathe on some of those names.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's Sports History. That's cheating, Randy. Take your hand down. We all took our hands down. Back in the year 1938, Henry Armstrong won the world lightweight title in a bloody 15-round split decision over Lou Ambers at Madison Square Garden in New York, becoming the first boxer to hold titles in 3 different weight classes simultaneously. He held the welterweight, the featherweight, and then he got this lightweight thing. Back to me, Jeffrey. Yeah, but and the record he left boxing with. Randy, you talk about how pitchers are too panty ways to finish games anymore.
well, I mean today's. I
Yeah.
mean,
How about this? He retired in 1945, and here is his record: 145 wins.
Wow.
98 knockouts.
Dang.
Only lost 20 times and had 9 split decisions.
damn.
That's a hell of a record.
And he
man.
kept moving in class up and down.
He just whatever he felt like. Oh, you need
That's
somebody to
crazy.
fight in the featherweight? I'll do it. You want somebody in welterweight? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, lightweight? Pff, no problem. Yeah, he just like put on and took off weight like you're changing your pants.
That's crazy.
You know, within that range. You know, if you figure out that range is not the hardest thing.
Yeah, but it's still tough to, you know, especially if you're going to fight multiple times a year in multiple divisions.
Yeah,
and you bulk up at one moment, and then you're cutting for the. I mean, that's a tough life. Manny Pacquiao is the only guy I think of like recently that just divisions didn't matter to him. He just he could put on weight, he could drop it, didn't matter. His hands were fast, and that's all that counted.
Ralph can put on weight. Well,
and then drop things. Yeah,
that was it.
and then drop things. Yeah.
Big George is finally admitting. He says, Randy, Jeffrey, you're right. I'm a pole hoe. I have a problem. I will call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Well, they're not going to be able to help you. That's not gambling.
I mean, I love Big George. Big George, August 25th. Come out here to our remote.
I'll get a poll that day, and you can jump on our poll. What? Anyway, real fast, I should probably list off all the injuries today. Will Levis left practice early with an injury today. Just so you know, Tennessee Titans, Will Levis, a guy everybody was trying to talk the Colts into taking.
Yeah, first off, Malik Willis, who it looked like the Titans were giving up on, is beating his ass in camp. So
should they still be giving up on Malik Willis? Is that like what we're trying here?
I think that's probably a mistake. And I think that they realize it. They're not that they're
both that bad,
but it's just like, yeah, well, they think that Willis is much improved in terms of he seems more comfortable. The game is slower for him. He came from a simple offense at a small school. Like, you're just going to have to give that dude time to get settled into the NFL. You know, he was at Liberty, but Will Levis was not looking great before that. And so I had a lot more injury people to tell you about that. Keon spent a long time talking about that one. So if these people don't die, then I'll tell you about them.
That's a good point.
If they don't die. If they die, then we'll just skip it. That's Keon. I don't think there's any reason for me to talk about it. If they die. If they die interestingly, then we'll talk about them. If they die in a boring way, well, they're really young. That's going to be weird if they all die. Yeah, that'd be weird if they did. I'd be like, I had 30 injuries. They're all dead. Yeah, now they're deaths. Who knew that? Now it's interesting again. So I can take it back. So, all right, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Bye-bye.
And paid for by Linear Marketing Group. Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum